Hello, everybody. Welcome in.
Hi.
Hope you have. Oh, my camera's a little off kilter here. There we go. Welcome in. Hello. Welcome back to Pathfinder. I wasn't actually super anticipating doing a session this week, but I'm happy to. So, yeah. I've been
I
very
just want to be the
busy.
first one to mention it.
What?
You cut your hair.
I did. I did. Mostly because Elise talked me into doing it, and Elise is
looks great.
here with me
It
in the background.
does. It looks
It looks
amazing.
fantastic.
Bro, that was my biggest tweet in a while. I'm like, damn, y'all are thirsty as fuck. I had somebody message me in my DMs asking me how big my feet were. I was like, bro, I was like, calm down.
Let's
Just start a
go.
thirst trap account. I'm telling you.
But yeah, they literally like, hey, they're like, how big are you? Like, I heard your feet are big, and they put like I emoji. I'm like, yeah. They're like, can you send pics? I'm like, $100.
Mm.
And they're like, damn, why so expensive? I'm like, I ain't cheap. And that was the end of that conversation. They also complimented my haircut after that, like 24 hours later. It's pretty funny. Anyway,
Nice.
I'd like to get a bit of a recap going. Where we left off, who would like to begin? I know we left off on a big cliffhanger, but we'll get to that.
I threatened and I don't want to be the first one. I don't want to be the first one to start off with that. That felt pretty big. That felt pretty
This is
important.
usually where Derek picks up.
Oh, so I do have to start with that. I
Yeah.
threatened an Inquisitor with my gun.
That was not the first thing that we start.
I don't remember
think-
everything when my character's life was in danger. It gravitated around that
should
moment.
pick up because we started the session with her.
That's a good idea.
We did.
That's
Before that.
true. I guess I could start. We picked back up where my character, Kaya, was trying to poison a dwarf that she'd been hired to kill by her new mentor. And things were going great. Her disguise had failed, but using her quick wits, she convinced the guy that she's actually just trying to do a little undercover training for a big drinking contest she had coming up. And through that, she was able to get him to drink some poison beer. But he just wouldn't die. This guy was the Rasputin of dwarves, because afterwards, when he didn't die from the poison, she stabbed him a bunch of times, and he still didn't die. So she had to keep stabbing him in a dark alley while his friends drunkenly watched from afar. And once they realized what was going on, it was too late, and I was able to get out of there and rejoin the party. And, yeah, exciting times.
Right on. Yeah, that's a. Yeah, you had a very. We picked up on a very action-heavy part too, and we'll be picking up on another action-heavy bit. So give yourself a second hero point, one for showing up, one for giving a recap.
Sounds good.
All right, who's next?
I'll wait till Derek because I'm kind of in the same boat.
I'll do it. I was making the transformation face. I'm sorry, I'm getting into character. I don't think Samel would do that either, to be honest with you. Okay, so I had a visitor to my shop. He had a big wide-brimmed hat, and he was quite unfriendly. He asked me if I knew where Ablin was, and I told him, nope, I do not. Sure don't, pal. And he would not accept that answer and was quite insistent that I tell him where Ablin was, at which point I was like, no, but you can get out now. And then he was like, no, you're going to tell me. And I was like, pretty sure I already asked you once. And then I grabbed my gun and I leveled it at him, and it's a check-off moment. Because I slid back the hammer and I was like, get the fuck out of my shop. And there was like this long, awkward, drawn out pause where we all just kind of like looked at each other. And he was like, see you around. And then he turned away ominously. So I was like, well, we can't fucking stay here. So we we grabbed all of our useful equipment that we could. We put it onto a cart, which we then got ready to move out of the city, and I set out red phosphorus to burn in the shape of the Church of Progress, their emblem. And that's where
Stay
we
on the
leave it off.
chair.
Where the oh, I see the cat.
Right behind Natalie, she's cutting.
Yeah. She's been here the whole time. That's why I'm sitting off to the side. I have to give her room.
I figure I'll chime in here too. That whole conversation with the Inquisitor, who is from the church who we robbed earlier in the campaign, hence why he's looking around. That was done with Renato being the door, pretty much for the entirety of that conversation. Whereas Flamel was basically like the shotgun in the doorway, whereas Renato was being the bouncer. And after a very long conversation, they made it abundantly clear that not only is he looking for Evelyn for many different reasons, but also anyone who might have helped. To which we said, "Oh, we're definitely not involved."
Oh no, we helped. Oh shit.
Yeah.
Did we say that out loud?
Yes, and we promptly failed our checks to deceive. We're pretty sure. The rolls were pretty low.
I won't confirm or deny.
Yeah.
He saw the stamp of their emblem in the wood of the crates that we stole from them.
You are literally using the entire workshop you stole from them. Like, the entire thing might as well say property of the church on it.
It was a nice workshop, too.
It is, and that's why we've been using it. Yeah, and so there was a little debate back and forth, even as to like whether or not we, just wash our hands of this and walk away. And that, obviously that didn't pan out, but the conversation had to be brought up. And we decided to start moving out promptly when we realized the Inquisitor was watching the house, hence the cause of the distraction. This has left us with an awkward situation, because while we are currently booking it on our cart out of this place, that is not warning either Kaya or Evelyn what's going on. And that is going to be a fucking problem very short. That is all I can really contribute to that, since most of my time otherwise was being a living forklift for Flamel and his work.
Excellent. Give yourself that second hero point.
Yes.
But it was so very nice that you were there, because if you weren't, I have no idea what he would have done.
Sometimes you just need to increase the CR of the encounter to make it not happen, and I'm happy to push it up by 2 levels.
Oh, you need to increase the CR of the encounter to make it not happen?
That's not what he meant. That's
Okay.
not what he meant.
Yeah.
You know that's not what he meant. Red, you know
Red,
that's not what he meant.
Don't even pretend like you aren't already loading shotgun shells into this encounter before I said anything.
Couldn't be me, bro. Could not be me.
You right now are Peter Griffin going, I just want to talk. I just want to talk. I just want to shoot him. I was not the one who gave you this mentality. I know what you're bringing to this table today, sir.
I just work here, man. I don't know what you're talking about.
This is a Wendy's.
Anything bad?
Yes.
Love you both.
I don't think Natalie touched on where we left off at the end of the session when we were investigating that tenement building.
Yeah, you can recap that.
Yeah. Well, we did the thing. We split the party.
My favorite.
Strategically, bad idea. Narratively, very interesting. Let me see. I don't remember the name of the place. I don't have my notes. But we were contacted to conduct an investigation about some very bad disturbances, like apartment complex from hell. People are getting dismembered. Like, guts on the ceiling dismembered. And we went to go visit this place. The manager probably needed to have a spa day, relax. Probably get all of the guts on the ceiling and floor scrubbed off their brain. It was next to catatonic and not very helpful. So we just kind of had to swipe the keys, which Natalie very graciously did. And after Pepe Le Pew took off, we snuck around and started investigating these apartment rooms where these people had been suspiciously attacked and killed. And that's where we found blood literally everywhere, all down the hallway, and the doors broken down. And I remember I don't remember if the doors are broken down or we broke in.
They broke them. None of them were open.
We got into an apartment. And
We got the keys.
yeah.
That's what we got in.
Trying to think of a witty aphorism to describe it. It looked like a horror show. And we were trying to investigate about what was going on, what happened here, determine it. From what we found, it looked like a human was exhibiting symptoms of rabies as they present in animals. So losing control of physical functions, like clawing up the ceiling and the walls and just going ballistic. We found a hole in the ground that Evelyn stuck her head into and we figured out to investigate. And
Got you with the classic, the head in the hole in the ground.
The hole in the head, the head, the whole head, and the whole ground. The classic.
We made a friend. We left off. We have a very big, scary visitor.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I remember. I made a few deduction checks, and the only thing Evelyn could compare it to was lycanthropy. This mysterious disease. I'm sorry, my recap is all over the place.
No, I mean that was linear. That was good. That was a good recap.
Yeah.
Okay, make sure you remember you have 2 hero points, baby.
I have 3. I always save the 1.
Oh, okay. You saved one. Well, you got 2. You earned 2.
Thank you.
Let me see here. Okay. All right. Well, let's get right into it. No point of beating around the bush. It's gonna get heavy.
Darkest dungeon music comes on.
The darkest dungeon. Trinkets and baubles. Paid for.
In blood.
Here we go. Put on some combat music. Excellent. Okay. Chat. You know what? I got an idea how we're going to do combat. So, this is my revolutionary new idea. We split the party, but I have the battle maps separate, but on the same map. So, everybody can see what's going on with each other. So, Derek's fucking busting it down sexual style. He's goated with the sauce. Let's see here.
Just having a great old time, man. I'm always having a good time when my character's life is in danger.
Me too.
I like to
Alright.
live on the edge.
Me too. All right, let's get the combat thingy up. I want to show the players the Inquisitor.
Ooh, he looks cool.
Isn't he fucking hot? Unnecessarily.
I did not make him unnecessarily attractive.
You literally used a
He's more attractive than you
He is
described, definitely.
He's old
yeah,
man
well, I
balls
think
for
we can all
sure.
agree on that.
I was expecting this
That
like
man is-
blank-faced, kind of wide, and like. I mean, he's got kind of the same facial structure, but like Elisa, just hotter.
He is
You guys all have a
literally
daddy king. Just admit it. That's what this is right
No,
now.
I definitely
I was
fucking
gonna
love-
say,
He's a silver
like,
fucking fox, all right. Like, there's nothing wrong with saying it. The dude looks like I wish I looked like at his age.
Yeah, I'm saying if I get to that age and I look like that, I would not be mad about it.
Yeah, 100%.
alright.
Absolutely.
Natalie apparently does not feel the same.
This character is supposed to be intimidating. This happens all the
He
time.
is.
Nah, but we all just want to fucking.
He is intimidating. Intimidatingly hot.
Yeah.
He's
also
scare rousing.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's not the effect I was going for, but I'll take what I can get. Okay. So, let's roll initiative.
Okay.
I'll move old Richter out of the way here.
We need an active encounter for us to do so.
Oh, I need to activate the encounter, don't I?
Yes, please.
Okay.
I rolled an 8 on the die. What is it? Whatever. That'd be 16.
Okay.
14.
Yeah, do initiative. Actually, if I highlight everybody and do that, cool.
Uh-oh. It's because I didn't think he was hot. That's why
Yep.
I rolled a little better.
You gotta praise the art, Natalie. Praise the art gives you good karma.
It's good art. He's just not my type.
That's fair.
I'm sure he's a nice guy.
No, he's not a nice guy. He's a very bad guy.
Oh yeah, he's not a good person. So let's see. Contrary to popular belief. Man, why do tokens keep getting all messed up?
Oh, man,
Because they're stacked on
you
top
get
of each
my
other.
tokens Right back.
It does not like it when you stack tokens on top of each other. It gets real confused.
Yeah, I've noticed. Okay, so let's see here.
Did you hear me?
Okay. Let's see. So, at least you said you rolled an 8,
Plus my 8, and it's 16 total.
so 16 total. I think I gotta roll your initiative and then set it. Okay, they're gonna let me edit the initiative. So 16 total, you said? Okay. Omni, I need you to roll.
Roger that. Okay, so I'll make that perception roll. Rolling.
Ooh.
Okay. I'll take it.
Trying to shrink down the combat thing so I can show off as much as I can. Okay. Checking out, I'm gonna roll everybody else's stuff. I'm not worried about the horses, they'll just act on you guys' initiative just to make things easy. I'm not gonna have your little squat fellow act.
Cool. If that means that he's not going to be in danger of dying, I'm cool with that.
Yeah, he's not gonna be in danger. That's the trade-off there.
I'm happy
Alright.
with it.
I'll roll for Richter. Okay, 14. We'll roll for the abomination creature that's Kaya.
Oh,
and
Jesus.
Table.
Oh no!
Oh, no.
It's fast as fuck, boy.
And,
So it begins.
oh boy, oh boy. Okay, I'm gonna keep all these creatures out of combat. For all intents and purposes, the map on the right, where you're constantly moving, I will be introducing obstacles and stuff like that, and I will consider this a chase, quote unquote.
Okay.
Yeah, so we'll begin the encounter. So, this massive creature that is before Evelyn and Kaya. Evelyn, you sort of like whip your head around to see this creature at the last moment, and its eyes are glowing. Kaya, you just see it before Evelyn does. Actually, I guess flavor speaking, Evelyn would see it before you because you rolled lower on initiative, or maybe you're just scared.
Yeah.
This beastly thing that's like almost like grazing its head against the ceiling. Okay, it's going to use one action to move forward, and it's going to use 2 actions to attack. Alright. Gonna claw Evelyn.
Oh, come on.
A 1 in 400 chance of
No.
happening? That's insane, bro.
What do you mean 1 in 400?
2 nat 20s.
2 nat 20s in a
Oh,
row.
man. Oh,
Just look at the damage.
what the fuck?
No, minimum damage. I say minimum, but it's still 18.
Ow.
Oof.
Ow.
Alright, and then Kaya, you'll be getting hit on the second attack. Well, I gotta roll it first, of course. Alright. It'll bite at you. There's a clawed, and now it's gonna bite. Give me another nat 20. Damn. Okay.
I thought for a second, I was like, no fucking
You thought about
shot.
it.
I would make you restart Boundary if you got like 3 nat 20s in a row.
Okay. All right. Let's see whose combat it is now. So this big beastly thing comes forward, and it just like reaches out its arm that is like preternaturally long. It definitely is. This thing's arms like drag against the floor, and it brings it over and it slashes Evelyn. How do you want to flavor getting hit there?
I guess technically she would have been on her hands and knees.
You know, say like you're on your knees, like trying to get up.
Yeah, like she was getting up off the floor, trying to get out of the hole. And so maybe somewhere on her side or the opposite side of her face.
Okay. Yeah, just like getting slashed. I will say slashed in the side because you already have enough scars on your face. So, yeah. Okay. Okay, so over to the horse race. So I used a horse token to represent you guys because you're on a wagon. So I guess you'd technically be like here-ish.
Cool.
And that'd be a part of the wagon. Can I make this horse longer? I don't think I can.
I do not think so. I think it's stretch. It's scale to its aspect ratio.
No, here, I have an idea.
What's up?
So, like,
Copy
add
the horse?
another token that looks like the butt of the horse and then put it in the...
No.
It's fine where it is, because
Yeah,
then we're not like stacked on top of the horse. We don't have to worry about accidentally clicking on the horse.
That's a good point. Okay. Renato, it is your turn. You're sort of bumbling off down the cobbles. The wagon's hitting it hard, just like the constant like of like the wheels hitting the cobbles, and the wagon's like banking back and forth, mostly because the horse is just absolutely terrible. You guys have a horse or a donkey at all?
I believe it's a horse, right?
I think it's a horse.
Yeah, I think we took a horse from a nearby.
You did take a horse. That's correct. Okay.
Was it Yurik's horse? I think it was Yurik's horse.
I think it was. Yeah, I think it was your.
It was Yurik's horse. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because that's what he did. He lashed it up here. So right now Renato is doing his best to keep the horse. So Renato has a little bit of like not a lot. I think he actually has like barely any animal handling. I think, but I think he's a little more proficient at it than you are.
The horse is panicked right now because of the literal flashbang that went off in the street. So
I have a gun. I'm made for this. You can handle the horses.
Roger that. All right.
Hold your horses.
Renato is going to be using his skills with nature to try to keep the horse calm, get it under control, and he might not be used to driving a cart, but he is used to handling animals. He lived in the forest long enough to learn how to cope and deal with them. When your neighbors are elves, you have to learn. So, I am going to be using nature. I know I have forest, but I think nature is probably more accurate for this.
Nature is what you use to do animal handling in Pathfinder.
We will use it then. It is time. Commence the roll. Come on, buddy. 18.
Okay. So you're using your action to calm try to get the horse to relax a little bit, so you're not getting flung around.
Kind of.
Because right now, for the purposes of attacking, I'm going to give you a -2 penalty from all the rocking that is occurring in the back of this wagon.
Yeah. He's
with
not
this
trying
roll-
to. He's not trying to he's not trying to keep it from being panicked, because sometimes fear is a helpful thing in this instance. It's
Right.
probably not a bad thing that this horse is running for its life. He just wants to get it under control. So it's using all that energy for what he wants. So he's probably just wants to make sure this horse isn't going to buck and shatter the cart or roll us or something.
Right.
So when he can get it where at least he knows this animal is under control, he's going to let it continue exerting its crazed energy. He's just going to try to steer it.
Okay. In that case, you manage to calm it a little bit, and you progress the chase a bit. So I'll say that I think that's one action. So you're looking over your shoulder as you're petting this thing and trying to calm it, and you're talking to it. You look over your shoulder, and I like to kind of Gendy Tartakovsky type cinematography. You can see the road rolling behind you, and you see the Inquisitor sort of rise up over the road on the horizon, and he has one hand free, and you see him very dramatically draw a pistol.
Yeah.
And
so that was.
You can No, it's like the what's that thing called? It's called it's like the Jewish mouth harp. Like,
oh yeah, I know what you're talking about. God, I can't remember the name of it, but I know exactly what you're fucking talking about.
the Inquisitor is not the only horseback rider right now. He seems to be leading a charge, and you hear this like thunderous cacophony of hoofbeats against cobbles. As in the distance, in the dark, you can see more riders coming, and they're wearing very similar black outfits. To the
Are they on
Inquisitor.
horses or are they in wagons?
They are on horses.
Ooh.
Okay.
Yeah. There's a
It's not
reason
Mario
that.
Kart then. Okay.
Throws a banana at them.
we have to switch.
Renato's going to use all of his actions. Renato's using all of his actions to drive the cart. He is not going to even pretend. He's gonna he's not focused on the Inquisitor in terms of how he can attack him. He has a couple of hand axes on him. That's not what's going to serve him well right now. What's going to serve him well right now is to keep this creature under control, exert his will on it, and get us where we need to go. So he will use all the remainder of his actions to control the horse to get them going faster.
Yeah, Yernan has one hand firmly white knuckle grasping the reins, and his other hand's grabbing onto the wooden seat to the point where he's digging splinters into his skin, and he's just looking over at you can you calm this thing down?
Renato's just going to be get out of the way, and just sort of nudge him out of the way, out of the seat into behind him, and just grab the reins, and just, it needs a firm hand. You're not doing it right. And he's literally just trying to keep this thing under control, because calming it, you don't need to be calm. This shit needs to be focused. So,
right.
Yeah, he is literally he's not even the sort of person who's shh, 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 good horse, it's okay. He's the kind of person who's this horse is rampaging. Okay, I'm gonna put firm hands on it and remind it that I'm here, that I am the one directing it. He's the kind of guy that knows you don't gently coo at a horse that's bucking. You get on its back, you squeeze your fucking thighs together, and that lets it know to run. And you take your thighs off to make it slow, and you only apply your spurs if you're an idiot, or you really need to run. So he's, at this point, going full jockey.
Okay, so you've climbed onto the horse. Yeah,
he's, or if not climbed on the horse, he's right behind it, holding the reins, using that to control it. But he's not some it's just a gentle slap. He's got the reins pulled back, where if the horse wants to turn its head, he has to allow it. So, and also he's ripped as fuck. So I figured if there's anyone on Earth that can wrestle with the horse, it's gonna be him.
True.
So that's what he's doing.
Anywhere on Vos.
All right. We will probably make another nature roll if that's the case.
Yeah, please.
Let's do it. Come on, buddy. Yes, my boy. My boy.
You're not supposed to roll crits. I'm the one that rolls crits. Okay. So you manage to clamber on top of this horse and get it fully calmed down and ready to go, and this thing is just completely seems to trust you as you turn it. You seem to turn its mood from being panicked and worried to just full-fledged calm and focused sprinting. And this horse is, you've heard Yurik and Evelyn talk about the horse. This horse is a stubborn old girl. She is not a very friendly mare. But you've managed to sort of assert yourself over her and be hey, we're both gonna die if you don't follow my rules here. And she's just okay, fine.
I feel like this is a little bit of Renato's beast rage coming through. Is there's a sympathetic connection here. It's a primal connection of he knows how this animal thinks.
I was literally thinking Primal. It's have you seen Primal on there?
I have not seen.
Oh, it's again. Well, it's again. I'm talking about getting turtle cuffs. He just spear. He just goes, oh, oh, and he's just talking to this T-Rex that he has as his pet. He's oh, oh.
Okay,
He's
yes, I fucking have. I know exactly. Yes, I watched.
That's
Primal.
you right now. That's Renato.
Yeah, pretty much. It's just this wordless, silent connection of I don't need to speak your language for you to understand the pressure I'm applying to you.
Yeah.
We're gonna die if you don't trust me. So it's very much that like horse and rider seamless connection, but usually it's built through trust. In this case, it's built through mutual fear and understanding that Renato is probably the lesser of two evils right now. Also, by the way, hey, 18 months, sick.
Yeah, thank you, man. Sorry, I should have said that during. Oh,
Of
whoa.
course.
Sorry, I'm doing something super important right now on the stream. I cropped Natalie's camera and I'm slowly zooming in on the cat eating its toes. Very important for immersion's sake. Perfect. All right.
Perfection.
Right on.
That's me.
Oh, didn't
Oh,
move
18
over.
months? Jeez, you guys are both. We both, Derek and I, and Omni and I both have 2 sub babies.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
We love casting spells. It is what it is.
Shadow Wizard money gang. We love casting spells.
Casting spells.
Legalize power word kill. Kill.
Yeah.
Legalize nuclear bombs.
I just want to say that on stream.
It's fine.
Have fun.
We just need to not mention the part about the shadow government. We'll be good.
Shadow Wizard money gang.
Yeah, I fucking love that shit. Okay.
That's one of my favorite memes.
Did you drop from the
good one.
video?
Yeah, it keeps disconnecting me.
Oh, okay.
I'm sorry. I don't know
No,
what
you're
it's
fine.
doing. It's just not designed to be on iPad.
Let's go to your turn. So I was wondering. So you were just slashed very violently across the side, open gaping wound, ribs and all.
Can you let me see my list of feats in it?
Yeah.
I didn't get all of them, so I'm trying to decide what I'm going to do here. I'm going to have to use a move action to get up because I'm currently technically prone.
Correct.
Let me see.
Oh, no, low light vision's not relevant here.
Actually, it is because we don't have light.
There's light coming into the room from the moonlight. That's why I put the little light thingies.
Okay, I don't think any of my feats are really relevant right now.
Would you like to devise a stratagem?
Yes.
You want to roll a physical die?
Sure. It's yeah.
Yeah, I got a little cup you can roll it into.
Thank you.
Dice cup, dice cup.
Dice Cup. Sponsored by Dice Cup Games.
That went terribly. It just dropped into the cup.
Oh.
Let me just use it on my
Why is it so sticky? What?
Yeah.
No longer sponsored by Dice Cup Games.
Sponsorship ended with Dice Cup Games.
Thank you, but not really.
I got a 12 on the die. That's pretty good.
Why'd you throw my die on the floor?
I was trying to toss it to you. Let me look at my attacks and stuff.
Okay.
My maneuvers. What have you.
Boop-a-doo.
Alright, so I have to use an action to get up.
Excuse me.
I currently don't have anything drawn.
No, it's just, technically that's nice as sheath.
I'm in a sticky situation right now. I want to make a recall knowledge check on werewolves.
Okay, that would be occultism, I believe. Well, you can justify any
I
check
can either
too.
use occultism or I can use one of my special lore skills. That's
Well, you can use any like thing that you can justify to me. I just give you the DC. Milling lore.
yeah, my milling lore. They're werewolves in the trees.
Yeah, at this mill that I worked at, there was a real bad werewolf problem.
So I'll
Werewolves are notorious for eating trees.
I'll ask you this: would you like me to make a general occultism check, or would you like me to make a specific werewolf check, or like to see maybe?
I'd prefer a general occultism check because this isn't like a specific.
Well, I'm
type of-
sorry, I worded that really poorly, but yeah, I'll do the occultism check.
Okay, so it'd be plus 10.
This is part of my devised stratagem. So yeah.
Is it?
Yes.
Devise a stratagem specifically for attacks.
No,
right?
I have a special feat. It's what's it called? It's like known weaknesses or know your enemy.
Oh, is it the thing that gives you a +2 attack if you
Yeah,
succeed on it?
yeah. I can when I use device stratagem, I can buff myself and my party members, which is
Okay.
really handy. That's going to be a 16 plus 10, 26.
26.
26.
You exceed the DC by a bit. Not a crit, but enough to get a +1.
Let's see. I get a +1, and Natalie gets a +1. So what is this piece of information that you're giving me about werewolves to give us a buff?
This thing is not quite a werewolf. It's not a quite. It's a form of. By looking at this thing, you can tell it's sort of a.
It's a werewolf in the combat tracker.
I'm looking at the camera like The Office. It's sort of like an amalgamated version of lycanthropy. Lycanthropy is not exactly magical, but it's not natural either, hence why it falls in like the sort of occultism category. And you can sort of look at a creature like that and be like, okay, that's like a naturally occurring thing. It might be a bit monstrous, but it's something that you would expect to see in nature in some parts of the world. This thing is like a scientific amalgamation. It's got like weird patches of hair here and there, and there's like limbs are gangrenous and long and gangly.
So
it
looks like disease.
It looks
malformed.
Yes, but underneath all of it, it looks mostly humanoid. It doesn't even look like the creature that it was attempting to morph into. It didn't finish. So it looked like, instead of like transformation as you would come to expect from your knowledge with lycanthropy, this thing is it looks like it was something forced it and like grafted it into transforming, and it's incomplete.
It's fucked up. Okay.
What?
A way more fucked up mental image.
Okay. So then, okay, follow-up question, since I rolled 26, and everything else. Would Evelyn in character know maybe if things like silver would work on this creature?
Yeah, it probably would. I mean, the thing is, this is not a typical, like, this isn't a typical werewolf. So, like, the sort of things that naturally occurring werewolves would experience or, like, have, like, weaknesses or vulnerabilities to, like, this one would not have that.
I'm listening to the Darkest Dungeon soundtrack. Fucking bops.
Oh, fair.
Bum, 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 bum. Bum, bum.
I'm over here jamming currently to fucking Sonic Frontiers music.
Yeah.
Good shit. Taking bets on whether that's the only crit I get tonight. Just wondering.
Probably now that you said something.
Yeah. You know, you gotta say it though, or else it's not as entertaining.
Yeah. That's fair. Gotta acknowledge the good luck, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So what I was saying is, like, this thing does. You don't believe that this sort of like lab-grown lycanthrope. Lab-grown lycanthrope sounds like a card from Magic the Gathering. Now that I think about it.
Really
Lab
does.
grafted lycanthrope.
Oh.
Fucking Simic card.
Yeah.
Lab
Custom card.
Lab
graft
Human-
lycanthrope.
human
lab
wolf
graft.
hybrid.
Lab
Lab grafted
lycanthrope.
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 Lycanthropy. So yeah, this thing, it's.
I'm listening.
Oh, okay. So you don't believe that this thing would have natural immunities, but this thing looks like it's. One observation, like just one action of observation, is not going to give you a lot of information,
Okay,
but that's something that you can just like assume.
Alright, I'm gonna draw that mace. I haven't had a chance.
Okay,
to try.
that's an action.
And then third action will be I am going to attack with the device stratagem roll that I made. So that will be.
Oh, you use that same roll?
Yes,
Which
that's what
was
that was. So the thing that I did was part of device stratagem with the knowledge check.
And it was a 16 that you rolled?
I rolled a 12 on the die plus whatever my attack bonus is, which I think is an 8.
So it'll be a 20 and then plus another one because of the bonus you get.
Yes.
So it'll be a total of what?
12 plus
21.
Yeah, 21.
21.
21.
Okay, yeah, that will hit. Did you want me to roll damage here? What do you want to do?
You can roll.
Okay.
See how you do. If you roll bad, I'm not letting you do it again, though.
I just work here, man. Fuck. You had your intelligence modifier to this damage, correct?
I also added d6. Yes.
Oh, nice. Okay, so let's add devise a stratagem and investigating a designated subject. So that should give you your. Yep. So your intelligence is 16, correct?
Yes.
See the damage. 11.
11 with the cold iron mace.
Okay.
All right. I haven't had a chance to use this thing yet. What does it do?
So this thing is particularly dense. You're not really sure what cold iron is. You just notice that the iron is a bit different in appearance. And you sort of strike this thing, and it doesn't really seem to do anything other than just like you feel it's just a really heavy bludgeoning. You just like crack into this thing, and it just hisses and snarls at you. And as you crack into it, you sort of like break away and abrade some of its like weird chunks of like amalgamated flesh and fur to reveal series of tubes underneath, and you sort of burst them, and you see this weird like bile like liquid and like the humorous type liquid just like flowing out of it, and it drips to the floor and it hisses and smokes.
I don't have any more action, so I guess I can't like do any knowledge checks about what the hell was going on.
No,
with
I'm
this
not
thing.
gonna let
Okay.
you.
Since I hit with my device stratagem, that's going to trigger shared stratagem, and this creature is now going to be flat-footed to Kaya on her next
Oh,
attack.
that's awesome. That means Kaya gets your sneak attack.
Yes, automatic
That's awesome.
attack.
Yeah.
Woo!
Girls' night. You got to sneak attack the fucking monster thing and kill it and destroy it.
Power.
Yeah.
For flavor, this is how Evelyn's turn goes. She's snooping around trying to figure out why this hole goes down to the bottom floor and what's going on down there. And this creature barges into the room, and she, by the look on her face, since Kaya can see everything, she also has low light vision. It's very obvious that she immediately recognizes what this creature is, but she's also confused by what she's looking at. And it takes her a minute to get up and like scramble to her feet and get her weapon out, and she barks at you some very gruff and direct orders about how to take this thing down until you like get behind it and see if it has any more of these. Like, you know, it's I can't think of it. So it's just
That's right. Okay.
No, I gotcha.
Let's see. Let's see. No, Fen, it is not Phyrexian oil. It is not glistening oil.
At least that's good.
when they said every plane, they meant every plane, including apparently our Pathfinder universe.
Good heavens, please, no.
Her breast comes by and casually remakes your world and leaves.
Ew. Bro, Herbreth got cut up into little sushi pieces.
I
He's not around
know.
anymore.
I know he's basically in someone's fridge now as leftovers.
My man got turned into
Go ahead.
Phyrexian mincemeat. Let's see here. So, alright, it's going to be the Inquisitor's turn.
Yikes.
You guys have been doing quite well. So the distance, this isn't an accurate depiction of distance right now. I just kind of have it set up like this is like the sort of dramatic, give you an idea, like feel what it's supposed to look like. The Inquisitor is having trouble catching up in the regard that Renato has sort of assumed the jockey position and is, I mean, the Inquisitor is catching up, but not as fast as you would expect him to, considering your horse is currently pulling an easily like an 80-pound wooden wagon with 500 pounds worth of, like 400 to 500 pounds worth of people in it. So, yeah.
People and equipment.
Yes. So he's going to take a shot. Let's see here.
Do I have cover?
Technically, yes.
Sick.
You have cover from the equipment that you have.
Okay.
And now that the wagon stopped rattling so much, you actually have like proper cover. So I'm going to give you a +4 to your AC.
Oh, sick. That's fantastic.
That being said, this guy has pretty high attack mods.
It might make a difference between me getting fucking crit or not, so.
True.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let me pull up his stat sheet. I decided to nerf him just a little bit because I didn't want you guys to get actually ripped in half. So.
Schmeckledorfed.
Yeah, I didn't like. There's no fun in that. So let's see here. All right, so he's gonna fire a shot. Let me rename this because that is not a short bow. Same amount of damage though. Okay. Okay, so you get a +4. So what does that make your AC after +4 to crit?
My total is going to be 24.
Gotcha. Okay.
Ooh.
First shot misses. Second shot.
Oh no.
So what happens is he fires one shot, immediately tucks away a pistol, and draws another one with like the same sort of like motion, like sort of like a windmill, like just shoot, replace it like immediately, and he fires that next shot, and he's gonna do, let's see, so that'll be a D6 +4 damage.
Ow.
Okay, so he's gonna do 7 damage to you. And you feel him sort of getting, you see him getting closer, so I'm gonna move him a smidgen closer. Oh, please, get out from underneath the horse, Inquisitor.
Inquisitor, your horse, sire.
Let's see. Okay. He's not saying anything. He seems pretty dead set. He doesn't seem like he's like gonna threaten you or just like try to change your mind. But with his last action, he is going to give you an intimidating glare after he like shoots you and grazes your shoulder. So let me roll for that. I'll just roll. I rolled physical die. Elise can validate.
Did you roll another nat 20?
Yeah.
Oh man.
So natural 20 to intimidate. So you are frightened 2.
Oof.
You just see him give you this glare, and you swear that you're looking into the eyes of a dead person for a moment as you see there's sort of like weird, scraggly, crag-like scar in his face that you couldn't quite see in the darkness when he was like standing looking down at you previously, but you swear you see smoke coming out of it, and his eye just like is sort of illuminated behind it. Like he sees you, and he has a literal evil eye. Like you've been marked.
Shit. Oh no, I don't think he didn't like that I told him to fuck off.
It's your turn.
Okay, so I'll say that like the first shot like just came like pew! Off the piece of equipment that I was hiding behind, and then like I went to like reach out to shoot at him, but I wasn't expecting second gun. So like the second one just, like, clips me across my cheek, like sends me careening into another big heavy piece of equipment. Like drop my gun when my little buddy like picks it up to me, which is how I'm going to say that I'm unsheathing my weapon.
Yeah, he'll try to hand it to you.
Yeah, I just take it from him, crack it open, look at my little fella, and I go, I like that shop. Load in a slug, shame. Load in the second slug, and then aim down the sights. And I'm going to. I have a question. So he's in a horse. He's on a horse as well. He's on a cart. Okay. I'm gonna go to hell for this.
I know what you're thinking.
Yeah.
I was gonna probably ask you to do it. Like if you didn't do it, Renato was gonna shout at you to fucking do it. So
That's
there
a
you go.
Ooh.
Alchemist fire, moderate.
Yeah, let's see if the horses survive.
Okay.
Covered in the same sort of like black leather, not leather, but like heavy sort of like linen style thing. Leather wasn't particularly used. And just looking at it from the blind, yeah, cladding is a good term for that. How much damage did you do?
22 total.
That's exactly enough.
That's also splash damage to him.
How much splash damage to him?
The splash damage is going to be let's see. Tell me what the splash is, please. It should have a splash. Where is it? It might not be on that page. Okay. 2d8, 2 persistent fire damage, and 2 fire splash damage.
Nice. Okay, so he's taking 2 persistent fire damage.
And 2 splash.
Okay, so he's going to take 2 damage and then 2 persistent. Okay, got it.
And his horse is going to go meet Vordemo through a slug in its
For real,
because
though.
I don't want to make the animal suffer. I'm just like, I'm terribly sorry about this. Boom! And we see the fire like rush down the tubes and then like fill the cartridge and then just out the barrel.
So this, I'm gonna have just to keep the intensity up. This is kind of a rule of cool thing. I'm gonna have him make an athletics check to jump and try to grab onto the cart.
Oh no! Oh no!
Oh no.
Do I roll this? I'll roll this so everybody can see it. So this mod is plus 13. This is a particularly difficult jump, so it's 5. So yeah, it's pretty.
Can I shoot him to make the jump harder? I do have 1 action left.
His horse has died. Right now, he's sort of like, well, like this is happening in the same turn. So his horse is like dropping down and sort of like it's
using it as a
rear
catapult.
rising up. Yeah, and you see him like stepping up onto a knee, like
I just
for an
wanna, like,
old man.
raise my gun and like try to hit him
terrified.
with a slug in midair.
Yeah, he is looking down at you. You see this glowing white, like smoking eye looking down at you as he's like rising up to jump at you.
Please let me get another one.
Oh, that's probably not gonna fucking hit.
Let me check. Oh, at least gets to see how fucking disorganized I am as a DM.
Not that bad.
Would you roll a 14?
He used to
Yeah.
be worse.
Not enough. You see his cloak like fills up, and you. I'm flavoring it as you can't quite make out what his silhouette is. As his cloak sort of like lifts up, and it just makes this big amalgamous shape. And he is going to now leap at you. This will be a D20 plus 13. I've already set the DC in my head. Pretty high. Okay. He is going to jump out, and he grabs onto like the very edge of the cart. He is like hanging on by one hand right now. He is not like, if he would have rolled higher, he would have landed like right in the cart. But like he's like holding on right now. Like you see his black gloves. Like you can practically see the like stained black leather of his gloves like turning white as he's like digging his hand into this cart.
Wait a second, don't I have something for this? Not yet. Not yet. I don't yet. Okay. Yeah, that's all I got.
Right on. And you see him like. Okay, actually, we'll say that for the next turn. I'm excited. Okay, Kai, it is your turn.
Oh boy. I don't even know what I'm gonna do against a werewolf.
Fucking talk to me like I'm a dog.
I was like, what you were crinkling back there?
Get off the bed. No, I was just gonna remind her that she has flat-footed on her first attack.
Yeah.
Alright. Well then I'm going to use my sneak attack to shoot him. Because maybe there's some silver in my bullets.
I did give you those special bullets.
Yes.
Technically, I gave you an oil of potency, which, mechanically speaking, you can apply it to gun or pistol. I just flavor it as me giving out bullets.
Keep in mind that you cannot get your sneak attack with firearms.
Oh, in
Oh.
that case, I am going to shank him like I shanked that dwarf. I'll just go up behind him. And I'm just like, not today. Alright.
See it,
Let's see,
22. That hits.
So for the flatfoot, do I roll critical damage, or how does it work?
No, so you roll your sneak attack, which I believe is just a D6 at level 3. I could pull it up real quick just to
Oh
check.
yeah, that sounds right. You go ahead and roll the damage.
Let me see.
It is a d6. I just.
Okay.
Is there a limit on how many times per turn you can get your sneak attack?
Just once, because it's considered a flourish, I believe.
Oh, okay. I don't know what that means.
There's like certain things that you can. Swashbuckler has a lot of flourishes and stuff like that. Like there are attacks that you can do and like triggers you can get, but they're only once per turn for marshals.
Okay, cool.
Okay, so you're doing 11 damage,
I am.
and that is on your.
Nice.
Well, I guess I can't move myself. But probably just
can you not move?
use. Yeah, it's not letting me move for some reason.
Represented actor. You should be able to move. That's weird.
I don't know why it's not letting me.
Oh, it's because the game is
fine.
paused.
Oh,
Nick needs to hit
Sorry,
spacebar.
my bad.
There you go.
Spacebar. There you go.
All good.
I'm so used to saying that I didn't
using-
think about it.
Mhm.
Using the distraction from the werewolf attacking Evelyn, I go up behind him and I try and pull him off and pull him into my knife.
You successfully do
then-
so.
Oh,
Whoops, I didn't
that's
mean-
right.
my bad. I didn't mean to. He didn't take 6 damage. He took 6 damage.
But you stab yourself instead.
Oh, you fool!
How could this happen? I think I said I had my gun out earlier before we came into the room.
You said you got both of your
last
weapons out.
session. Yeah, so then I've got the knife in one side, and then using my free hands, I put the gun on his other side, and I pull the trigger.
And you also get flat-footed because you are flanking.
Oh, heck yeah. Since I'm using a different weapon, I don't have to use the penalty, right?
It's still a penalty. There's still a multiple
It's still-
attack penalty
okay.
for each attack you make. Yeah.
Okay, I'm sure that works.
Oh.
But I am mad at this werewolf who is attacking my friend, and that is not cool.
Righteous. A single point of damage. Pew.
Well, I guess you said he's still flat-footed, right?
You
Yeah,
can
but
only
you
sneak-
don't.
Or no, I guess that's for my sneak attack.
And sneak
so-
attack also doesn't work on firearms. There's actually nothing in the game that allows you to get sneak attack with firearms, but I'm gonna.
You can make silencers or something probably that
We
would
could-
allow it.
Yeah, we could. We're in that age.
I know just the guy.
I know. What's a fucking? Oh yeah, fucking muscle
It's
man.
me.
I know somebody who has the hookup on silencers.
It's me.
Okay. So you
I
do-
try and get him a last time, but my gun probably jams or something. Or he just dodges out of the way because he's struggling.
Is it? Okay, so what you- Oh yeah, you get up behind him and you like stab him. Are you stabbing him in the back and the side? Like, what do you?
And I'm trying to get a vital organ. He seems to be humanoid, so I'm thinking maybe if I get him in the liver or lungs or something, that's gonna, do some real damage.
So as you stab into this thing, and you like go to pull the blade out, it's sort of like something that you like stuck in with the blade. You feel something like burst, and this humorous yellow liquid that I was describing earlier, this like bile starts like running over the handle and over your hand, and it starts to burn.
I'll drop that knife. I have more where those came from.
Yeah, it starts hissing as it hits the floor. You see it like bubbling and like that sort of stench of like chemicals eating away at something fills the room.
I rub the rest off on my shawl, and then I throw that off. Like, I don't want any of the substance on me.
It looks back at you with its like weird fish-like empty eyes. It lets out this like low, weird howl. It's not quite. It's not that of a wolf. It's some horrible, egregious mockery of wildlife. It just sort of goes. It just like looks back at you as it's like
God,
screaming
it's a
in agony.
Wookiee.
It's a, it's a,
Rookie.
and I'm gonna have
Not Chewbacca.
Kaya and Evelyn make will saves.
Oh,
You can
Yikes.
roll for me if you want.
cool.
Okay.
Again, if you roll bad.
All right, this will be.
Oh, here it is.
Let me find your sheet.
You don't scare me.
Okay. No penalty for you. Where's your saves at? Oh, it's right over here. So you need to make a will save.
So are going to be bonuses or
No.
subtraction?
14.
Oof.
You want to use a hero point?
No, I think it'll be interesting if I don't.
Okay. You gain the Frightened 1 condition.
Oh, okay.
Actually, yeah, you only fail by a regular amount. You have Frightened 1, yeah. This thing lets out this, like, strange, strangled yowl, I suppose you would call it. And it's going to slash at Kaya. Striking time. It's going to claw Kaya. Let me set you as the target. That'll make things easy. Okay, claw. I can't hit you.
I'm too fast. I'm probably just so scared I'm moving at lightning speed. Like, huh.
Did it hit me?
No, I'm not rolled for you yet.
If Abel's scared of this thing, then I'm probably feeling pretty nervous.
Yeah, it's gonna attack you because you fucking just stabbed it in the ass, and it's not cool with that, so it's gonna bite you.
Ah, my ass.
No, that's where I shot him.
22.
Can I use nimble dodge?
What's your current AC?
Gonna give me a +2. Well, I guess meets it, beats it. So
Yeah, it would be meets it, beats it.
Alright, I'll take it.
Okay, we're gonna roll damage. So you're gonna take 12 damage plus an additional amount of damage.
But wait, there's more.
But wait, you're gonna take 3. I believe it's acid damage.
Oh,
Make sure to take the damage, Natalie. You have to click on your character. And...
I know. I was doing the math.
I could punch it in for you if you need.
Oh no, I mean you can literally go on the side, babe, and you can just like click it.
Click damage,
Like,
yeah. If
Yeah,
you have
you
your
can
token
click
selected.
damage if you have your token selected. You don't have to do the math. It's really nice.
Oh, I already did it. That's fine.
Math complete. Yeah, this thing's like you move out of the way of the slash because it's a very predictable, like laborious swing and laborious swing, excuse me. And as you're like moving backward and it like catches your arm and it unhinges its jaw, and like in the very similar way. Have you ever seen one of those? I'm trying to remember the name of those fish that sort of like push their
Angler?
jaw. No, there are fish that push their jaw out of their mouths in order
Moray
to grab
eel.
things. Yeah, eels do. Yeah, so it's gonna sort of do that. You like, it's very uncanny to watch like a humanoid thing like unhinge its jaw and just like snap it out at you, but you see its teeth sort of like reach out like garden trowels, and it's gonna scrape you, and you feel this burning sensation, and there's this hissing yellow smoke coming off of your arm, and you're gonna take 3
Oh.
persistent acid damage.
I can't be turned to a werewolf. I don't have health or dental.
Don't worry, that old man will give you your health and dental. Okay, back over to Renato. Renato, you don't have a rear view mirror, but you're what's your passive perception? 10 plus your
You're
perception.
muted.
Bud.
I don't know
Once
how
per
long you've been
session.
muted
Once
for.
per session. 18.
18. Okay, well, yeah, you clearly feel the thud and the sort of like, it's almost like there's a third wheel, like with all like the percussive rumbling from the cobbles. Like you can feel something else is hanging on the back of it, and it's slowing the horse down. And you can you just look over your shoulder as you're sort of hunched in this jockey position, and you see the Inquisitor with his gloved hand up on one part of the cart, and you see his other arm reaching up.
Flamel is currently too scared to cry out. He has fear too. So,
Yeah, you're terrified.
Renato is just gonna shout, "Get him off!" And he's going to take the reins, and he's gonna try to steer the horse so the cart slams into a nearby building, like on its side. Not to destroy the cart, but to hopefully jostle this guy. Because if this guy's clinging on by one gloved hand, hopefully I can shake him off a little bit, or at the very least like dislodge him.
Okay.
Maybe even hit him with like some barrels or some debris.
Make a nature check for me. I've lowered the DC since you've gained the trust of this horse.
nice.
Roger,
Horse
Dodger.
trust get.
Horse trust.
Yes. Horse trust.
In horse we trust.
In horse we trust.
Look at the baby.
I would love to
Equine
show
all the
you.
time. Whoa!
I genuinely don't even know what that was. I just privately rolled it.
I'm gonna reveal it to you.
Please do. I don't know why I did it as a private
Oh
GM.
no.
Let's fucking go, dude.
Not again.
That's
You're on
weird.
fire tonight.
Hell yeah!
Just second
So, yeah,
that, buddy.
Oh,
He
no.
literally just grabs the horse's reins and and he just leans into it and pulls the horse towards the right. And right before it hits the cobblestones, he turns the head. Like, I imagine it's to the point with like the blinders are literally preventing the horse from seeing the houses. And right before the horse would see, he'd pull the horse away, which whiplashed the cart into one of the houses, wheel flat, so that it just sort of rocks the house or rocks the whole cart. If there's any debris, he's aiming for it. Like, there's any like boxes or like light shit that we can smash through that'll hit this guy, that's what he wants. Sorry for poor cabbage guy. Poor cabbage. If the cabbage vendor is here, then his cabbages.
So my idea is there you're in like a poorer district of Freeman, and they don't have like street lamps yet. So there's a lot of iron braziers still burning. You want to just like knock this guy into a bunch of coals, like hot coals?
Oh fuck yeah, 1
Okay.
billion%.
All right. I'm trying to think of how to improvise this damage.
I feel like this is. Let's see. To improvise damage.
I mean, it's
For
the same
something like
force as
this.
getting hit with a cart, only it's metal instead of wood. Because it's all the force of the cart.
Yeah,
And
this guy's
he's the
getting
fulcrum.
slammed.
There
Yeah, he's
actually
the
is
fulcrum.
rules for piloting vehicles and such, which usually most vehicles will have like they'll have a roll to hit, and then they'll have a damage result, which is usually pretty significant. I think for this, it's in the DMG.
Let
I
me
know
look
that
up
cart is
riding.
one of them.
Let me look up riding horse, and we can go from there.
Yeah. So if that's the case, then
So the horse does a d6 plus 4 bludgeoning.
you could also just have it where it counts as him falling into it. Like he fell the distance, so into the brazier, whatever you would count that as.
Let me
for
see how
damage.
fast this horse is going. So the horse's normal speed of like
1d10, collision 1d10.
collision is 1d10.
That's what it says.
Cool. I'm gonna add some fire damage to that.
Sick.
So riding horses have an action called gallop, so they stride twice and they get a plus 10 circumstance bonus to their speed during these strides. So they essentially move 100 feet a turn plus 40 if they use another action. So they move 140 feet a turn. So this I'm gonna subtract 40 because one of its actions is handling the weight of all the things that is being thrown onto it nonstop.
Mhm.
It is a beastly horse. It carries Uric around, and it was a war horse at one point. So, yeah, you slam this guy into this metal brazier. Would you like to roll the d10? D10 plus 6, and the d6 is going to be persistent fire damage.
Hell yeah, I will gladly roll that. So it's going to be
Oh, he's taking hella persistent fire damage right now. That's fantastic.
D10 plus 6.
My man burning. Yeah.
Oh, man, Barnum.
Okay.
Slash
You just
R.
click the d10 down there, buddy.
Yeah.
And then
Oh,
you
for God's
roll
sake.
that.
Click d10 and click
There we
d6
go.
and then click roll.
Yep. And then we roll. This plus 6. Can't re-roll that annoyingly. Can
Plus
you re-roll
D6.
damage rolls? I don't think you can.
Nah.
No, that's only for
Unfortunately.
it's only for skill sets.
Okay.
That's fair.
d6 fire
Good
damage.
plus- All right, let's do it. Come on, buddy, give me the full D6.
Oh,
For fuck's sake.
Aw.
You know, it was bound to happen.
Still cool as fuck. So with
Yeah.
such low damage, I'm gonna flavor it as he's like still able to cling on. He is going to take 2 damage, and he's gonna have 3 persistent fire damage plaguing him at the moment. Is there a way I can represent fire damage as an effect?
don't do the effect. You're gonna set them.
I'm
on
not
fire.
doing that.
So you should be able to. I don't know if all
Feels
the
like an
mods
aura
are
thing.
installed here, but there are a bunch of mods that are available on the server, and like
Persistent
persistent
damage.
fire damage and stuff will literally set his token on fire and shit.
Yeah, he's gonna be taking 3 persistent fire damage. Save.
Nice.
Okay. Cool. So there's a little token now representing the damage he's taking. I think it actually sets it to like fire. Yeah, that's cool. Oh man, it's like It's like WoW dots almost. If you guys ever play World
It
of Warcraft,
handles like a dream.
it's cool, really cool.
Thanks, Nares.
All right, so that was. Oh, thank you for the hydration check, Nares. That was your first action. The Inquisitor's still holding on. You see his cloak sort of like start smoldering in flame, and he doesn't seem very bothered by this. He sort of like the cart whooshes around and like fishtails into this brazier, tips it over, but the Inquisitor's he anticipated this. He moved out of the way enough.
Okay.
He's still going to take some damage, and he's going to be on fire. His cloak is on fire at the moment. So,
All right. I'm going to use my last 2 actions to draw his hatchet and then throw it at him. So he's going to take one of the hatchets that he has like on his belt and just fucking get off and just throw this thing at him.
Straight down the middle.
Yeah, I'm not even trying to kill him. I'm just trying to bean him and make him let go.
I have to get out of the way. Like, oh fuck.
Yeah. I feel like I almost feel like he's not even aiming like this. He's still like, I'm gonna make the attack against the Inquisitor, but like to flavor it, he's not even aiming to hit the Inquisitor. The guy's mostly below the cart. He's aiming to put the hatchet where his hand is.
right.
So like, hopefully get him to release that way. So that's one action to draw a weapon, and then the actual throwing of this weapon. Here we go. Hatchet go! Hold on. Hatchet go! Go, hatchet! Yes!
Oh, that's a really high
25.
roll. Even if he uses his reaction to increase his AC, he's still going to take the hit, so go ahead.
Hell yeah. Not a crit, but it's still pretty good. Alright, let's do it. D6 plus 4. That's 7 damage.
Okay. I'm taking another 7 damage.
Yep. So he just turns around and just whack, throws this thing over his shoulder with surprising accuracy. This is a guy who has spent many a time in lumber yards and like working with wood, and when he's not using his hatchets for carving, he's probably throwing them for fun. Like he's that guy who probably does axe throwing, non-ironically, for fun. And,
So
yeah.
as you throw it, anticipating to hit his hand, he does move out of the way, and you see like this gush of blood and smoke. It's like that. You see the hatchet tear past his face, and he looks back at you, and where this like weird cracked flesh once was, you can literally see bone, and the bone looks to be smoldering underneath everything. And you can see his teeth, and they're wicked and sharp. Something horrible happened to this man.
This guy fucking rules.
You just
I
see
love a
Renato, like,
villain.
you would just see Renato like grimace in that like, oh fuck.
He
kind
just
of
stares.
way.
He just stares you down.
He's hot in a scary way.
It's arousing.
He might have been pretty once. After that hatchet, he's not pretty at all. He's two-faced now. There's not enough of him.
He
on
already
that
was,
side.
but he's
Harvey Dent.
still hot, like scary hot.
That's fair. Aaron Arcart still looked hot as Two-Face. Gotta get
You underestimate me, Omni.
the monster fucking strong. Anyway, I passed my turn. That's me.
Right on. The Inquisitor still rides, unfortunately. All right, back over to Evelyn. Oh, he's riding on the back of this cart.
I think no, that was supposed to.
Calm down.
Pride Month, I can be as horny as I want.
That's not how that works.
What do you mean? Sorry, I unplugged my charger. Okay.
I'm gonna use these horses to represent the rest of the Inquisition
I am.
game.
We're in a pretty tough spot. So Kaya got swiped, is that right?
Yes. Well, she got bit. She avoided the swipe, got bit, and she has this like
Oh, did
Icarus
she
persistent.
fail her contract?
There was no contact. She was just taking the
Oh,
acid
she
damage.
didn't.
That was just damage.
Yeah, it was just damage. She was not being infected with lycanthropy.
Gotcha.
This thing is not a traditional lycanthrope in that sense.
Yeah. Okay, so would you require me? Let me look through my investigator stuff. Would you require me to use an action to? I don't want to say investigate, but
Can't you devise a stratagem and do that thing you did again?
yeah, that's true. I could. Let me just do that. I'll just devise a stratagem and roll a d20 and make another recall knowledge as I'm working to figure this thing out.
Okay.
rolled a 14 for my devised stratagem. And
Plus-
then I will make a recall knowledge. You want me to do occultism again?
If that is what you wish to use.
No, I'm gonna look at my skills. I think
Whatever you think would be. I'm going to adjust the DC. Occultism is one of the better DCs. I'll say that.
yeah. Let me look at my skills again, please. Because for some reason it just closed Avon's character sheet. And nothing wants to work for me tonight at all.
I'm afraid to say that milling lore is not applicable to this
What?
particular.
I
God damn it, DM bias.
Working out of this campaign.
What can I say? Milling's overpowered, bro.
So you're telling me like occultism will be more favorable?
I bit meta to say so, but yes.
Okay, then I'll make an occultism check, particularly on all the pipes and the ichor and the fact that.
Oh,
this
you're
is-
making checks specifically on its like weird
Yeah.
components.
I
In
was
that
doing
case,
medicine.
that would be something different. I would recommend.
All right, medicine, arcana, crafting, milling.
It's not milling, unfortunately. This is sort of scientific.
Mm-hmm.
So, religion, unfortunately, would be appropriate for this because of where this thing probably comes from.
Religion.
Crafting would be appropriate too. Societies. I'm gonna set a really high DC for that one. Let's see what else you got. Underworld, maybe.
It's about like the criminal underworld.
Yeah.
If only our friendly neighborhood alchemist was here. Then I wouldn't have to make this check by myself.
I don't want to be there.
I don't want to be where I'm at, man.
I don't want to be in either of these places, but I definitely don't want to be in a closed environment with a fucking alchemical werewolf. Like, no, I'm good, fam. I would rather be out in the open where my gun has a little bit more use.
Okay. I can recognize that I know nothing about medical whatever is going on here with this thing. So, could I make a case for either one of my lore skills, my tribe lore, or a society check to figure out if this person is a Freeman local or somebody that I would recognize?
Society's fun.
Okay, society check then.
Oh, you want me to roll that?
No, I'll roll it. I don't trust you.
Oh.
Not that I
That's
don't trust
fair.
you to. I don't trust you to roll well.
Oh, fair.
That's gonna be
I rolled just fine.
a 20. That's gonna be a 20 total with my +1.
This is a familiar figure that you've encountered before. Before what happened to him.
I'm asking, are they a local or are they from? Do I know them?
You wouldn't know if they were a local or not. All you know is that you encountered them in a particular situation.
Is it drug alley guy?
No, it's not Drug Alley
come
guy.
on. He made a comeback.
Why would I? No, Drug Alley guy is not here.
My man's is back.
Well, you rolled a soft 20. This is the doctor that you forgot about.
What?
The doctor
What?
that you
No, I know,
abducted?
but like, wasn't like Derek or Sergio Renato watching him?
I thought you had him.
No, Evelyn specifically.
Ah.
You have to take him because she will kill him.
Either way, he escaped some way, shape, or form.
Yeah.
You guys have been pretty busy.
Probably when we did the river god shit.
Oops.
But you recognize his face. He has that sort of like snide, long laugh lines, and the perched nose is sort of like twisted and it comes to a point.
One of you is getting fired.
If you survive.
Can't fire me. I keep everybody alive.
You can't fire me, I quit.
Fired. Renato, you're getting fired.
It gives you your +1 again.
Okay. I'll go ahead and attack this thing with my Cold Iron Mace, so that'll be a 14 plus whatever my
Whatever your attack mod
My
is,
mod
it's
is.
+8.
yeah,
So it'll
that'll
be
be
a
a 22,
22.
and then my +1 is going to be a 23. 23 total.
Okay, that hits.
And that's going to add a d6 to my damage.
Nice. Okay. You want me to roll it?
Yeah.
11.
Okay, and then Natalie's going to get flat-footed on her next attack, specifically for her, not for me.
Okay. Switch the music.
Sneak it up.
Does this thing, since it's obviously not human or lycanthrope anymore, does it appear capable of speech? Like, is its throat and mouth intact, or?
I mean, you heard it let out this
Well, that's,
absolutely bone-chilling screech.
that's
You're
different
not.
than talking.
You're not. Well, it hasn't attempted to make conversation. It hasn't attempt. It's all it's doing is making these weird, gargling. Trying to think of a good word for it. Mucusy gargling noises.
Ew. Not mucus.
Okay. Trying to think of what skill check I could make here. I want to try to.
Yeah, you've used 2 actions, so you still got 1 more.
I'm thinking either deception or intimidation. I want to see if it can talk. Maybe we can get some information out of it.
Can you use pointed question in combat?
No. No, and I have to have been in a conversation for at least a minute.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, it's not available in combat, and I have to be carrying on a conversation.
Thanks, Harris.
So,
Thank you.
oh, you know what? Can you expand clue in? Actually, I think we might have
Clue, huh?
we might have-
It doesn't work the way you think it does. It's whenever another creature attempts
attempts
to.
a check. Okay. Yeah, Natalie hasn't done that yet. What do y'all think? Intimidation or deception to try to attempt to get any information? I think maybe deception, because I don't think this thing can be intimidated.
So how are you trying to lie to this thing?
Wouldn't care. She wants to kill this thing. Shoot first, ask questions later.
If you tell me what happened, I'll give you a milk bone.
I thought you were talking to me when you said that.
What?
I was like, what the fuck?
I was trying to figure out something stupid to say.
The milk bone, is that like a dog treat?
Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
dog. It's a dog treat brand.
Cool.
You wouldn't. No, you're not.
It's junk food for dogs, but they love them.
Oh, fuck.
Pick something.
I got it. Okay. While they're tussling with this thing, and Evelyn be holding one side of her body while the claw mark shredded her, to say to this thing, if you tell me what happened, I can fix you. I can put you back.
Okay, so that was a fucking lie. So
Yeah.
you want to roll deception?
That's what I picked. I picked deception.
Okay.
I don't think this thing can be intimidated.
Do you want
so,
me to roll it for you?
no.
Okay.
I'm just rolling D8. That would have been terrible. It's a 19 total.
There's a certain lack of recognition in its eyes. As it just looks at you and it just lets out this low gargle, and you see that yellowy bile slip out from between its jagged teeth and down his lip.
So it can't. It seems unable to reason what I'm saying.
Your speech is unintelligible to it.
Wait, hear me out.
Okay, you have used your third action.
No,
so
wait,
what
hold
is
on, hold on. Hear me out. Could I make a case for something? Where did it go?
it? What is it?
Where's this ability? Where the fuck is his ability?
I don't know.
Sorry. Oh, here it is. Here it is. Here it is. Could I make a case for this? For it to understand me.
It doesn't apply to that.
Okay, damn it. Alright, that's me then.
Well, in that regard, you understand that it's in tremendous pain.
Okay.
Like, you know that this thing is, like, I can't fathom anything other than the horrible pain that it is experiencing.
That's sad. That'll be my turn.
Okay. Over to the Inquisitor.
Oh no.
Get some water roll.
He's going to take 3 fire damage, persistent fire damage, and I'm going to roll a DC 15 flat check. If he succeeds on the 15 or higher, it ends. It does not end.
Nice.
So let's see here. Busy time. He's going to use an action to climb.
Oh no.
And he gets up into the back of the cart and he sort of just like uses his climb to. And I'm going to say that your little guy, your little bud, your little pal. Why am I having so much trouble remembering it?
Urinin.
Urinin, yeah, duh. He's going to just kind of like crawl out of the way because he's not wanting to deal with this. And this man that is literally on fire is going to use his action to just draw his weapon.
Oh no.
And he's going to use his last action to stab you.
Oh no.
Actually, he's going to stab Renato. He's going to like reach over and like thrust the sword into Renato.
Oh, this dude. Well,
That's better.
am.
That's better for me.
Actually,
Yeah.
I have something more. I think I want to. Do I rule of cool or do I do something like just generic attack? I think I do the cool thing. Okay, so he has. I gave him something called sabotage.
Oh, he's gonna try to destroy the. He's gonna try to fuck with the carriage. This guy.
No, something much more scary than that.
Oh.
So, all items, all physical things have ACs and health.
Break threshold, yeah.
Mm-hmm. So let's see here. He is going to use. Where did I put that?
It's here.
Okay, thank you. We'll take a break here in a second.
Mhm.
Where is it? Where is it? I know I have it here. Oh man, where is it? It's so cool. Sabotage. Here we go. All right. He has a free hand because he had to drop his pistol to hold on to the cart. So I'm going to choose an item that is within his reach, that is wielded or carried. So he's going to attempt a thievery check against the reflex DC of you.
Who's you?
You're wielding. He's going to go after your gun, Flamel.
So I make a reflex save?
It's against your reflex DC. So
Oh.
what is that? He's going to make the check.
Oh, my DC. My reflex DC is plus 10. I don't know what that means.
It's not terrible.
So it's plus. So you have a 20 DC.
Okay.
So he's going to.
It's my expert, yeah.
So let's see. Let's find out what the break, or what's your weapon called again? Like what's the
Winter.
base stat?
Oh, the base gun is called a dwarven something or other. I can find it probably real quick. Dwarven
Scatter
gun.
Okay, let's see what the stuff on it is. It has a traits. I figured it would have.
It's probably covered by the GM's guide part. Yeah.
I think it actually might be in Guns and Gears, but I'm taking a look.
Okay. Heavens, the cookies are done.
that'd be my French fries.
Good heavens, the French fries are done.
It should be here somewhere. It's on our fucking book. I'm finding the part of the book.
Uh,
So you said it is a dwarven scattergun?
yeah, does it have a HP and stuff like that?
It weirdly doesn't. Price, damage, range, reload, bulk. Yeah, it doesn't have any of that.
Yeah, it's probably something that's covered by like
It's the
D and
general
Fiat.
rule, most likely. Yeah.
I'm
Most
trying to find
things
like
are.
a good. Yeah, I'm trying to find it like item durability and stuff like that.
Item damage, material statistics.
Pathfinder.
It's based mostly on the material, if that's the case.
Yeah, it's based on the material.
The iron.
So,
Steel, I think.
yeah,
Good.
that would... Yeah, iron or steel. They're both the same. Hardness 9, HP 36. Yeah. If this is... Oh, wait, no, this is a sword. So this would be thin iron or steel. Hardness 5, HP 20.
No, this is he's
And a
attempting
broken
to
threshold of 10.
he's attempting to deal with a firearm. So I guess it would be thin because it's not like thick. It's still
yeah,
like
no.
barrel,
The differences between thin iron and steel or iron and steel and iron and steel is like anvils and heavy steel
that's
armor and
different.
stoves.
So what'd you say the
they
break
specifically
threshold
list,
was?
like shields and swords and stuff for thin iron.
Yeah. What'd you say the break threshold was?
10. It's almost always half. So HP is 20. So at 10, the gun breaks, which means it's at a it basically has like a negative modifier on the roll.
So the thing is, with sabotage as a feat, it cannot destroy it. It can only break it. So it can only like reduce it, but like, you know,
Reduce its effectiveness.
yeah, it won't work if he reduces it below that threshold. But it's not like completely destroyed. It can't be destroyed. So yours is 20, and I need to check what he needs to roll.
And it's got hardness as well, which Omni, its hardness is what, 5?
Its hardness is 5, yes.
Yeah,
Okay,
so it
that's-
reduces.
No, it's
incoming damage.
actually it's thin iron. Thin iron and steel has a hardness, hardness of 5, HP
Yeah.
of 20.
So it reduces incoming damage by 5 just off the rip.
Okay.
Correct. Yeah.
24. So it doesn't reduce damage. It means that it has to deal a certain amount of damage in order to break. Right. Is that how threshold? Is that how?
I thought
No, there's a
hardness is
damage. There's
armor.
damage threshold, and then there's armor. You're right. Okay.
So yeah, so hardness is what we're talking about here. Hardness is a damage reduction effect, so that'd be 5 from damage reduction. It has an HP pool of 20, but its breaking threshold is 10. So if you
Okay,
can
that's
do
when it
more than
starts
10
incurring
damage
penalties.
with 5 damage reduction attached to whatever the roll is. So 5 removed from your damage roll off the rip. If it's over 10 after the result is done, damage that it's accrued, it is broken.
Okay. Good to know.
I had to do a little bit of research on this for Tanria, so I got you.
Sweet.
Same rules for airships, hilariously.
I learned them, but I forgot them because I've been learning other things.
There's a
Big
lot
nerd.
going on. What would the proficiency bonus be? Deals damage equal to double your thievery proficiency bonus.
It's hmm.
His level. I'm trying to figure out how that looks. So let me pull up thievery.
So it's his proficiency. It depends on if he's a
Gonna deal 14 damage.
ooh,
That
that
brings
is 14 after the -5.
Let me see if this feat ignores that or not. I believe it just says takes damage.
Okay, then if that's the case, then the hardness would
Keeps it
reduce
intact at least
Yeah.
for one more turn.
Sorry, what'd you say?
Thank you.
I was saying if it doesn't reduce the damage, or if it reduces the incoming damage, then it's got like one more turn of usability.
Okay. Let's see. Trying to think how he would damage this thing without like completely breaking it. I'll say that he grabs it and he like takes it from you and he starts bending one of the barrels in the wrong direction.
Oh fuck!
Actually, no, it's thievery, so he's got to do something clever.
He could damage the mechanism.
Yeah,
If
he
you-
could like sabotage the mechanism.
Yeah. If you like smashes the gears that pull back the hammer or something, it would mean you'd have to manually reset it or try to actuate it manually if you want to fire it.
Yeah,
It's a
he
lot
grabs
harder
hold
than
of one of the screws that's like holding the hammer in, and he like spins it, and one of the hammers just comes completely off, and you hear like a thunk thunk as it like hits the cart, and he's just like looking at you. He incredibly fast.
Flamel looks down at the cart, looks up at him. I think you just gave me a new idea. Flamel is going to invent repeating shotguns.
Repeating. Oh no.
No. fucking medieval Mossberg over here.
This is the invention of the was that a Remington what was the first?
Yeah, the lever action. Yeah.
No, it was the first automatic shotgun was a
Oh yeah.
I'd have to look it up. It's like that weirdly shaped one. Anyway.
Yeah.
Was it a Browning auto? Was it the first auto shotgun?
Yeah.
I guess it was a Browning. It has that weird, it's got that weird bulky shit. Anyway, I'm not gonna get bogged down on the pedantics of fucking firearm history. So he climbed up, sabotaged. Oh, I guess he just done 2 actions. Okay, well we'll do another one. He didn't draw his weapon. I said fuck that. Okay. I wanted to do like the cool sabotage thing.
Got it.
Like the idea that his next attack is just slap the shit out of you.
Oh fuck!
I'm gonna have him sabotage again. Just because. And where the fuck is his thievery? Thievery, cool. Natural.
Oh fuck.
So he deals 4 times your thievery proficiency bonus. But damage dealt by sabotage cannot take item below the break threshold. So he just completely disengages the mechanism. Yeah, you guys ever play Metal Gear Solid 3?
Yeah, no, but I think I know what you're about to reference.
Completely takes your gun apart. Like,
yeah,
that's what he does. He literally just completely disengages this mechanism that you put in.
It's the equivalent of taking the slide off of a handgun and handing
it's like,
it back to them.
disengaging it.
That's his whole action, right?
That was his whole turn.
So there's just like this soft blue glow between the two of us, and like the camera pans down, and I'm just sitting there clutching a thunderstone, and I just crack it.
Oh no.
Do I need to make an attack roll?
Rule of cool. Go ahead and roll the damage.
So that's
you can deal
not
splash damage to your only primary target instead of the usual splash. Okay, so is that what you're specifically targeting him?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm also that's not all these things do. It explodes with a deafening bang. He needs to make a fortitude saving throw.
Okay, and your DC is 20.
Yeah, it's DC 20.
Class DC?
My class DC?
Yeah, I think that's what that is.
Yeah.
Well, specifically against the item.
Yeah, it's 19.
19.
It might be specifically against the item because I'm an alchemist, but yeah, it's probably my class DC. I don't know.
It's probably your class DC. So that's a fort save, you said?
Yeah, 19.
Let's see. Roll in public.
Oh no!
Success.
Yeah.
You were hoping to knock him out, weren't you?
I was hoping to throw us both clear of the cart, but if he's holding on to me, then we probably just both like. He's like standing there, just holding me as my lower half goes like flailing like a sock man. Then I'm like down on my knees and I look up at him and fuck.
There's just this massive emittance of this like thick bilish smoke flying up in there. It's as you're like close to him, it smells like sulfurous.
Renato, get the fuck out of here. I produce my grappling gun, and I'm going to shoot it off to the nearest chimney with this guy attached to me.
You're gonna have to make some sort of check to like grapple him as you do this. I'll let you do the grappling shooting thing for free, but you need to make a grapple.
I thought he was holding on to me.
Oh, he just took apart your gun.
Oh, okay. Okay, well, I'm probably not going to get a grapple on this guy.
It's worth a try. I mean, let me look up what how to grapple again. I believe it's just you make an athletics check. Yeah, athletics grapple against their fortitude DC.
Oh no.
You're not very athletic, are
I
you?
have a -1 to my athletic.
No,
But if you roll a natural 20, you
That's a
automatically
5% chance. That's
I'm not gonna
5%
lie.
chance.
You got
Above table.
If you fail, the Inquisitor's gonna beat the shit out of you. If you succeed, it'll be really cool.
I was gonna say yes, and also not gonna lie. Maybe not leaving me and Yernin in.
Yeah,
a cart
I was
with
trying to take
explosives.
him with me to
Yeah.
get you guys clear. I would be leaving you guys in the cart with him while I'm getting far away, and that's not what I
Well,
wanted
it
to
would
do.
be funny.
It might just be easier to hang in there.
Tiny, I think you're right. Fuck. Okay. I'm going
right
to.
that it would be
Wait.
funny.
A suggestion, if I may,
You're on
to
me.
both
Okay.
of you. Okay.
Okay.
Red, hear me out.
Am I the only one who
Obviously, our boy Flamel ain't exactly the wrestling type. But what if instead of that, what Flamel was doing was not trying to grapple him, but rather entangle his weapon around him, so he could use a thievery roll as a leisure domain maneuver to try to wrap the rope around his leg or something and then fire it.
I have a +2.
That'd be my suggestion, like as the way to make this like as opposed to him doing something unrealistic or like unrealistically not Flamel, like and be like football and try to Batman away. Maybe just like try to tangle his foot and then fire the thing so it gets caught. That would be my only suggestion, and it's just a suggestion. Like, feel free to say like, no.
I will see. The problem is, I'd still say it's a grapple check, but I just give you a bonus because you're using an item.
Okay.
I give you a +1 bonus.
I don't like my odds. So instead, I'm going to use quick
Like-
alchemy.
Quick,
There's a fuck ton of ingredients around me, so I'm just going to use quick alchemy real quick. Roll a crafting check.
the world is your.
Derek over here like, you got me in a room with chemicals and I'll MacGyver you to death.
Yeah. I quickly concoct 3 vials of moderate alchemist's fire strung together on a chain, and I terrifiedly look up at this guy. No cap. There's fear in Flamel's eyes, but he still digs deep enough to say, "You sure you want to die here today?"
He just look down at you, and there's still this smoldering, burning. You can even feel the heat coming off of his face. He just looks down at you and finally actually says something. I already asked you the same question, and you have answered unwisely. And whose turn is it now? Let's see.
Still mine.
So you use an action to blow up the thing.
I use an action to quick alchemy.
Oh, I guess you do still have one action.
I'm gonna use an action to fucking pull the plug on it.
Oh, okay, here's the thing I will say. You are in a cart full of alchemical supplies.
Mm.
Made of wood.
Yes, but what
You-
about second explosion?
There will be nothing left but a black smear on the ground. Unless you somehow get him away from the ingredients.
Is there holding actions in this?
No.
No, damn.
Just
I'm
preparing
really
action.
racking my brain here to see what alchemical bullshit I can pull off here. I'm going to wrap the cord of 3 alchemists fires around my cane as I draw it, twist it, and the blade engages. That's my turn. So he gets too close to me, we're all gonna die. Basically is
Gonna hit
what
him with
I'm.
the old Ulapul caber.
Yeah. If he strikes out at me, all I have to do is raise my thing and we're fucked. I'm yelling at Yearnin to jump onto the horse, by the way.
Oh, good God.
Oh my
I
god,
passed.
this is so incomprehensibly fucked.
Alright, Kaya, and then after Kaya's turn, we'll go to a break.
You're muted, Natalie. I think her AirPod died.
Yes, flat-footed on the creature.
Yeah. I'm looking at persistent damage.
You're muted, by the way, babe.
So type in.
Doop, doop, doo. AirPod is not working. Okay.
Okay, it's working now. Sorry about that.
Perfect.
Oh yeah. Fen just told me that it's still zoomed in on where the cat licking his toes was. So it's probably fixed.
Has it been like that this whole time?
Yeah, it's just been like at the corner of your chair. It's just like, oh, wonderful. Alright,
Nice.
that.
That represents who I am as a person.
A
Just
chair.
the corner of the chair.
You're my favorite chair.
Okay. I think it's back to my turn, right?
It is.
Okay. Well, I don't think that this werewolf can be reasoned with, so I'm gonna keep shooting at it.
I would recommend poking.
Or,
Because it does have
stabbing.
flat-footed, and flat-footed gives you
Sneak attack.
Yeah.
Sneaky stab.
sneaky gives you more pokey.
I look at my knife that's probably half melted onto the floor, and I'm just like, shame, that was a nice piece. And then I open my cloak, and there's like 20 more exactly like it. Pull it out.
Like to imagine you just like stole them from a restaurant. They're just a bunch of steak knives.
They're all different steak knives. There's like Morton's. I've got a Saltgrass Steakhouse knife.
One from Texas Roadhouse.
Yeah.
Oh,
No, you can re-roll that. You got a bunch of hero points.
That's true.
Yes.
They will go ahead and reroll that.
It'll be a nat 20 instead. Watch. Not quite.
Not quite.
Unfortunately, that will not hit. But you still have sneak attack because you're behind it, so you can try again with a multi-attack penalty. Pokey.
I'm hoping that hits.
21 hits. Not by much, but enough.
That's all I need.
Mm-hmm. So that's 6 damage initially, and now you can roll your sneak attack.
6.
Nice.
Alright,
That's
I'll
pretty
take
good.
5
Solid.
11.
damage. I start shanking him.
Yeah, it sort of anticipates your next stab, and then it just... Then... Oh.
Yeah. Oh. The dice want me to have a nat 1, so I'm just gonna
I
take
just
that.
I really like you having that one. So we'll flavor the first stab as you like sort of like lunge forward to stab it, and it moves out of the way, and it just kind of like moves its massive arms as you sort of go fumbling. But then you find your footing, you stab it, the knife starts melting, and you forget that for a moment that this stuff is acidic.
Corrosive.
Yeah, and you go to stab it again, and there's literally nothing left of this knife by the time you bring it back around to stab him.
Just like, wait, where'd
So
my
you just
blade
like
go?
you kind of like punch it. In that regard, it's going to take the 11 damage, and now it's really fucking pissed now that it's like just seeping this like absolutely corrosive substance that is eating through the floorboards underneath your feet.
Let me put you out of your misery.
You want to roll a DC 15 flat check to see if you take this persistent damage or if it ends.
Yeah, let's come on. Oh, come on.
No, you're gonna take 3 damage.
It'll happen at the end of her turn automatically.
Oh, does it actually?
Yeah,
Okay.
it does. It's pretty poggers, bro.
Oh, you still take the damage.
Yeah. You might still have to click the damage to take it, but it'll automatically calculate it.
Oh no, I'm supposed to click on.
So you just click your token and then you
I
click the
got
damage
it.
part.
Don't worry, I got it. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So as this sort of like all this like acid, acidic, like bilish ooze is like hitting the ground, you see it tearing through the wooden floorboards, and you hear this like loud, uneasy groan. Evelyn and Kaya hear this loud, uneasy groan, and floorboards start to like bow, and then the whole floor
God damn it.
collapses. And we'll go to break on that. Stick around.
Ooh, shit,
we will-
nice.
Be right
I
back.
hope there's a dexterity check we can make. when we get
don't
back.
don't worry. Don't worry. You'll only be slightly injured. We'll be right back. Alrighty. Welcome back. Thank you for your patience. Appreciate you very much. Alright, we left off, well, Kaya and Evelyn just fell through the floor after this thing this beast that they've been combating has been spitting acidic bile everywhere, and it eventually wore through the floor that was already damaged from its previous visit. So we're going to go over to Renato as we sort of close the curtain on those two for the time being. For like a second, and then we'll be back to Evelyn.
Okay. So, seeing this guy in the back of the cart, Renato is gonna turn to Yernan, grab him by the scruff, and just go, hold the reins, and just thrust them into his hands. He's going to rage, and he's gonna fucking smack this guy as hard as he fucking can.
Right on.
So he's literally gonna stand up and in one motion just like sort of like the Hulk turning bit there. So we're gonna grab his ability, drag it onto him.
I'll grab your ability.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
So here we go. We're raged.
I
I'm
thought you dragged it
pissed.
onto me. I was like, oh no.
Flamel, get angry now. All right, so we're going in for the swing. Come on, buddy. I need max damage here. Going in for the hit. So we need the not the bear claw. This is the bear jaw strike. We're going in for the full tackling headbutt. 24 hit.
Checking. Fuck. Let's see. Yes. 24 does it.
Sick. All right, buddy. Get the fuck out of my car.
Get out of my car.
Yeah.
Get out of my car. Does this push at all, or is this just like straight up damage?
This is just a slam into him. He's trying. It doesn't push. If anything, if he's standing in the back of the cart where he was, he's just trying to knock him off balance. So like literally just sort of, he's basically ramming his head into him, because you know how he does his bear jaw attack, where he basically just does like a full-on headbutt. That's kind of what he's going for, like to hit this guy so hard he might stumble back and out.
Okay. So where are you hitting him?
He's full sternum strike, like top of skull, hammer right into his solar plexus, knocking him back.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, yeah, he stumbles a little bit as he's hit, and he like catches himself on some of the crates and supplies that you guys have around the cart. And he looks up at you with his misty, fish-like glowing eye.
He just glares back at him and roars, like not an inhuman sound, just this savage, primal human shout. And that's all I got, because I assume it was an action to hand it off to Yernan. I figured that'd be interact. So, interact to hand the reins to Yernan, an action to rage, an action to strike. That's my whole turn. Unless you want to give me another action.
I want to give you another action.
Okay. We'll go with another one.
Because Urinin's technically the one doing the action of taking the reins.
That's fair. So going for a bear claw for this one. Oh, 22. Does that hit?
Let me see. He is going to use a reaction to give himself +2 to his AC. And it will just miss.
Damn. All right, so yeah, he would swing wide, and as he brings his hand out, sort of clawed up, just tear through some of the cloth on the back of the cart, and just bring it with him. This big, wide swing. He's almost King Kong fighting at this point, like just this big, brutal swinging, as he's trying his best to occupy this guy.
Right on. Okay, let's see. Let's go over to Evelyn. Evelyn, you sort of like come to in this pile of rubble, and you realize that this thing, you see something like stirring around under like this clump of floorboards and like broken support beams, and what else would be old buildings, I guess, just like miscellaneous.
I guess they wouldn't. Well, no, using stone for infrastructure is very common.
Yeah, but you're on the second story.
Oh, that's for the floor.
Yeah. Yeah, just mostly just a lot of lumber just crumbling down.
Some poor rats that were woken up from their sleep.
Yeah, the poor rats.
You know, little rat nest.
Priorities.
Little rats. So did we take damage from falling?
I'll let you make reflex saves. Kai, you can also make your reflex save, by the way.
That'll be an 18
Okay.
total.
It's not terrible.
Okay, both of you succeed. You don't take any damage from the impact. You sort of just like brace yourself as you fall. Luckily, you're on top of the debris as it falls rather than underneath it, so that's one of the main advantages of what happened. You sort of, in that regard, you're also not completely prone. You're like on your ass, but you don't need to use an action like to get up or anything like that. You just like push yourself up. And you're not exactly prone. So you see this. You see like this pile of rubble. This thing seems to have gotten buried underneath the debris, and it's like rustling around trying to climb itself out. And you see this like smoke, this yellow ochre colored smoke sort of rising up from the
So we were on the
boards.
second floor, now we're on the
First floor. You've like crashed down into the bottom part of
I
the
don't know
building.
other millennials might get this one, Nick probably won't, but did y'all ever have that children's book? Or maybe it was a cartoon, I don't remember. It made me think of like where it was like don't jump on the bed and then they fall through like 100
Oh,
stories
monkeys
of
jumping
rain.
on the bed. Yeah. It was a book.
Yeah, that's exactly what
Does
made me
that
laugh.
happen in the monkeys jumping on the bed?
No,
Yeah.
they fall off and bonk their head, but the mom called the doctor, and the doctor said no more monkeys jumping on the bed.
Thank you, dear. It was like this children's book where they the floor breaks and they just fall through like 100 stories and all the floors they are doing it's random stuff.
Oh, Undertale.
Yeah. That's what that made me think of. Like I was like, we're just the floor is just gonna keep melting and we're gonna keep falling. Okay.
Megalovania, I suppose.
So I'm pretty chunky. Would it be possible to improvise? Maybe I can understand if this would maybe be like restrain or grapple or something, but could I take a piece of this lumber and use it to like either whack this thing or pin it down so it can't get up?
Yeah, you're gonna make a. Yeah, I guess this would technically be a grapple check. You're trying to pin it with like a support beam, perhaps.
Yeah. Even if it's just like moving some of the rubble around to roll it over on top of the creature to make sure it stays down so we have the advantage.
Okay.
Grapple check. That's athletics, I think. Is it correct?
Yes.
Against its fortitude.
Trying to find some good combat music. There we go.
I got a natural 20!
Nice.
Hey, right on.
Yeah, natural 20.
Okay, well, in that case, this thing's fucking pinned and it's not going anywhere except for the fact it's eating through the wood. Though that being said, you have a big honking piece of lumber, and it took a good amount of time for its weird things to eat through the lumber to begin with. It's not like it's going to eat through things that's above it quite efficiently, so it's pinned for the time being.
What is that? How does that affect combat and attacks in Pathfinder?
Let me check what the restrained condition does. Okay. You have the flat-footed and immobilized conditions, so they can't move. You can't use any action with the attack or manipulate except to escape or force open your bond. So this thing's going to try to force open.
So, okay, my question is, how does immobilized affect things?
How does well,
Yeah,
it just can't move.
So
Yeah, immobilized just means it can't move.
attack. Is that, but
Yeah,
it's
it can't attack.
flat-footed.
It can't move. It has flat-footed.
Already has flat-footed. Okay. I'm looking through my stuff right now.
This thing is not going to be able to.
I just accidentally-
This thing's not going to be able to like escape. It's going to have to force open. It's not like this thing can
Gotcha.
slip out from underneath a giant fucking ceiling support beam. So what do you think?
Time like this when I really wish that Pathfinder had like a coup de grace type action like Starfinder does. I guess I'll devise a stratagem.
Okay.
Bonk it.
Roll your die.
Give it a bonk. Oh no, I rolled a 4. Where's my head? Can I look at my sheet again? I still have a bunch of stuff on there that I
Yeah.
wasn't able to add back on. Fuck, I would have to use. I'm required to use it to make an attack.
Only this turn.
Yeah, I know. And Kaya's fine. She doesn't need me.
She seems fine.
Okay.
As fine as I can be at half health.
Yeah,
yeah.
you are. The acid is still eating away at your arm, but relatively speaking, you're not that bad off.
Could be worse.
You could also help Kaya with the acid. Be an assisted recovery. It would be an additional flat check at the end of the turn, but this activity usually requires 2 actions.
Oh, can I like scrape the acid off of her? Is that
It would take 2 actions to do that, and you already used your devise a stratagem
I
technically.
didn't,
So.
know, I didn't know it took 2 actions.
Well, I didn't know either. I just read that.
Oh, fuck you.
That's okay. I mean, I'll probably be fine until the next round or this guy's dead.
It happens at the end of your turn, so you can take it off yourself. And...
Yeah, you can spend your turn, scraping it off yourself.
Okay.
Oh no, she won't spend her turn doing it though.
I mean, this thing's pinned, so.
Yeah.
Could Ablin take one of the actions and then Kaya take the other action, maybe?
It costs 2 actions to do it. No matter who is doing it.
Oh,
So.
okay, got it. Sorry, I've done all I can do.
Thank you, Doctor.
I'm not a healer. I don't have healing, and then if I use that to attack, I'm required to use that 4, which is just an automatic miss.
Oh yeah.
Fuck.
If you don't have anything to do, let's just move on.
Yeah, Nick just now told me.
I just read that. I didn't know previously.
Ugh.
Ooh.
Yeah, I fucked up my turn. I guess that'll be the end of the turn.
Okay, back over to the Inquisitor. Okay, Inquisitor just got headbutt in the sternum.
Wait,
What?
what room are we in now?
What?
What room are we in now that we fell?
You're on the bottom floor.
Are we in someone else's room or?
Let me look at the office. You'd be here. Actually, you'd be over here. You'd be in this room here.
Is it occupied?
No.
Well, I mean, like, is somebody renting it and their belongings are there?
No.
Okay.
Like I said, this place is completely empty.
All right, never mind.
Okay.
End my turn.
Okay. Alright, let's look at my man here. Alright, so. I'm trying to think what I want him to do. Horse is getting in the way. Move, horse. Alright. Action, draw a weapon. He'll draw his sword and he's gonna attack Renato. Seeing as the other option to attack is going to get everybody killed, it's not very efficient.
Nope. I'm a smart boy. I do smart things sometimes.
Sometimes. All right, pokey time.
Someone else just said-
Oh, it's
no.
pokey
Oh
time.
no, it is. Oh.
You're muted, bud. You're still muted, bud.
Yeah.
You're still muted in video.
I hate my life. It's alright, I'm used to playing a paper mache character. I do want to let you know this, though. My
Good.
character has deny advantage. So, I'm not flat-footed to hidden, undetected, or flanking creatures in my level or lower. This guy's not my level. This guy's higher than my level, but I did want to let you know that is just a future thing. So, it at least means, like, you know, flat-footed isn't as bad. This is a nat 20, though, so I'm still fine. Go ahead.
All right, let's see how much damage this is gonna be. Almost max. So you'll take 22.
Okay, so that should be 3 damage removed from that, so it'll be 19, because I should have 3 temp HP. I don't know why I don't. I don't know what happened, but I should have that. I should have gotten that as part of my rage.
Yeah, just subtract 3 from the damage, no problem though.
Yeah, so that means that we're at 19. So, okay, that's not too bad. 53 minus 19. Let's go.
Okay, here's the second attack.
It puts me at 34.
Okay, here's the second attack. For me.
23.
That hits. Most assuredly.
Damage. 11.
Okay. So I'm down to 23.
I'll say that he draws his sword cross guard and he just like slashes you clean across the chest and just like opens up this massive chest wound, and he brings his weapon back around with and like the same motion that he drew the sword, slash, and then he brings it back down and slashes again and makes the cut even deeper, and you can feel it. You can feel like it's like the tip of the sword like hits against your ribs. And it is the end of his turn, so we'll have him see if he succeeds on his recovery check. He does. He's no longer on fire. His swift motions have just like completely quenched the fire at the ends of his coat.
Alright.
And it will be Flamel's turn.
I want to try something crazy.
Oh boy, here we go.
So my sword has these alchemist fires dangling from them, right?
Uh-huh.
Mm.
I want to
Oh, I
stab it down through this guy's cloak and through his belt.
Through his cloak and through his belt.
Mm-hmm. I want to affix it to him. I'm not trying to wound him with the sword. I'm trying, like, while he's distracted with Renato, I want to stealthily sink it down on in there.
Okay.
What should I roll?
Thievery?
Thievery? Should I roll stealth?
Let me look. I'm gonna look and I'll tell you what I think. This is technically like a reverse pickpocket.
It's more of sleight of hand than anything.
Yeah, it is more sleight of hand. I'll let you make an attack
I'll take an attack
as well.
over,
Yeah, if you want to just try to like stick it in there.
Yeah.
Shut up.
You didn't let me finish. You told me to shut up.
Alright, no,
17.
that doesn't exceed his AC, I can tell you that right now. You already know that.
Yeah, okay, then I will spend a hero point to reroll that.
Okay.
Also, I'll target him, so I'm actually doing the thing. Okay. What to do? Fuck. That's worse. Okay, I'm gonna try again.
By all means.
Fuck me. You gotta be fucking shitting me.
Can I give him one of my hero points? I feel
He's-
bad.
I feel bad too, but he has once you re-roll something, you can't re-roll it again. So
Oof.
the Inquisitor sees what you're doing, and he's like moving around, and you can just see like his regular eye, which just looks dull and dead compared to this like flaming one on the other side of his. Not flaming, but like with great luminance. It sort of like makes the other one look dull, and he's just like watching you with it, It's like he knows what you're trying to do, and he's moving.
I'm going to use a free action to create a smoke bomb and explode it around me.
Okay.
And then I'm going to use another action to perform quick alchemy yet again. Actually, I'm going to make a crafting check this time, which is it's still the same exact roll. But what I'm trying to do is take one of the spare grappling hooks and affix that to the blade using a smidge of alchemist fire to weld it onto the end, so that I'll just like fucking like jam it onto him. Like it overhanded swing is my plan, and it'll be far easier to make that happen, assuming that will work. And I am just gonna fucking take the L on that one.
This is where I would allow somebody to give him a hero point, because he's out. So
You could
I
take
have
one of mine.
one left, and if I get hit by this guy like once, I'm probably fucking gonna need to use that hero point to not die.
You can take one of mine.
You sure?
Just the one. I want to save one as well.
Just
Appreciate
the
it.
one.
Okay, well
No, I
that's much
haven't
better.
used any. No, Natalie, hang on to yours. I haven't used any of my hero points. Do it. Can have one of mine.
Oh, thank you.
Oh,
Appreciate
okay.
it.
Thank
neither
you.
or.
Thank you
So
very
this-
much. Elise.
This is the
You're welcome.
crafting check.
Yeah.
Okay.
That'll be my last action.
He is no longer concerned with you, whatever you're doing, because he saw you attempted the same thing multiple times, and he's just like, it's not worth my time. And he's focused on Renato, the big guy that just broke his sternum.
Yeah.
Gave you that good old nursing sternum rub.
And I'm
Try to
and
sleep through that.
concealed until my next turn as well.
You can see the creature before you. It's like struggling beneath this beam that Evelyn just dropped on top of it. You can weasel your way in there and stab it if you like.
The wound on my arm, does it look like if I don't take care of it soon, it's like soon it's gonna be a problem? Or does it seem like I can at least wait till the end of the fight before tending to it?
You're going to continuously take 3 damage unless you get lucky and roll above a 15. And for a minute. And it's already, you've had this for 3 rounds, so 7 more rounds of 3 damage. And that is if you don't, that is if you get so pitifully unlucky that you don't succeed.
That's fine. Then I'm gonna take the opportunity to stab it while it's pinned and can't get away.
Right on.
Nice.
There we go.
Yeah, it's permanently flat-footed.
Poke. Le poke.
Let's poke it again.
Don't forget you got your sneak
It's
attack.
not a poke.
Yeah, make sure you add your sneak attack.
Okay.
Nice. So you're going to do 11 damage there.
Damage isn't too bad.
I think that is consistently what we have been all been rolling for damage this whole time. I rolled a
11?
22. You guys have been rolling 11s. Like that's been like the whole.
Yeah, I mean-
increments of 11
I rolled
tonight.
11 twice on both my attacks.
Oh, well. I did not hit it the last time. It's just kind of hard to get my knife in there.
Yeah, you keep trying to like find angles, and you keep like sticking it, and like your knife keeps like sliding off like broken lumber and stuff like that. You're not connecting very well. But the first stab you did manage to get in did do some serious damage. You managed to stab it like where you would expect its like jaw to connect to its neck, but it's completely unhinged right now and sort of like limp, and it's like latched. Its mouth is like latching out, trying to like eat and break away at the wooden beam that was just thrown atop it.
Taya does not like it. She feels bad. She just wants it dead, so that way it's out of its misery. She's out of her current misery, and things can go back to normal.
You want to click the roll recovery check there for me?
Yeah.
Let's see if you get a 15.
Oh,
Yeah,
no.
cleansed. Does it auto? Oh, it automatically removes the effect. That's so. I love Foundry, man.
I
It's
love
good.
Foundry, man. It's so nice.
So good. All right, right on.
I'm probably just like while I'm trying to stab, open a bottle with my mouth and pour some like alcohol over the wound or something, just to sterilize it.
Just dumping whatever you can find that smells like chemicals.
Flamel gave me this earlier. Maybe I'll do something. Ah, yes, that's been the trick.
Just pours the oil of potency on herself.
Excellent. It's neutralized the poison.
Your arm starts glowing.
Oh.
This is better.
Alright, this thing is going to make some checks to get free of this, but it is not exactly in a good way. So I will have it roll athletics until it rolls a natural 20. Nope. Nope. And no. Yeah, this thing is just writhing in absolute agony as it's like trying to bite through the beams, and you can see this like smoke get thicker and thicker. You're gonna have to make a DC 5 flat check every time you want to hit it from now on, as this sort of as this acid just eating away at the wood and everything beneath it, and it's sort of just like writhing in a pool of its own chemical blood. Renato.
If I use a reaction to throw Renato the thing, could he catch it?
I'll let Renato use an interact thing to just sort of take it, and we can flavor it as you're throwing it at him.
Hog.
You can keep your reaction just in case you need it.
Cool.
If that's what Renato wants to do, but I don't.
Assuming Renato wants to do it,
all right.
I'm proposing to you a way to get this guy off our fucking cart. That's what I'm doing. I'm not just making a weapon. I'm making a fucking tool to get him the fuck off our cart.
Gotcha. So you want me to ram it basically through his clothing or through something that's attached to him and just...
His flesh is fine. It's a grappling
That's
hook.
cool.
Just be really careful.
Okay. So, that's going to require me to hit, most likely to grapple, I'd imagine?
You can attack him with it. You can grapple him and throw him. I mean, whatever you think would be appropriate. Keep in mind that it's not going to be an easy task.
Yeah, no matter what.
Obviously, this guy literally leapt off of his horse just to fucking kill you guys.
You know what? I'm going to take a look at something very fast. Because this is going to be in the action section. I just want to make sure I do it right. It's all the way down here. Let's see. Okay. I really wish it would just show me this. There we go. Ah! So, card target can be more than one size. Component athletics check against opponent's fortitude. Okay. So, how close is he to the back of the cart?
Relatively speaking, he's like in the back right corner, and Flamel's in the back left corner. And like, let's say like this little box of 4 NPC or 4 tokens you have there. That's the size of the cart, and the horses.
So he's within 5 feet, correct?
At any point, he is within 5 feet. The cart is not
Perfect.
very big. So.
All right. Renato's just going to shove this fucker. He's going to try to shove 3 times, and we'll see how this works.
Okay. The DC is his fort save.
Correct. So this is an athletics check. I'm currently raged. So I just want to take a look very quickly to see how the rage works. Because right now this is my bear instinct rage, which I should have bestial rage, specialization ability, tasked by that, denied advantage, rage, bear instinct rage. Just want to make sure. Okay, cool. So we're good. So this is normal, just a normal attack, just a normal rage action. So here we go. I get to make my push. I really wish it would show me the proficiency. Here we go. Okay. Here we go. Athletics, attempt 1. Get the fuck off my card. I will use a hero point to reroll that.
Okay.
I have full hero points. I fucking want to use them. Oh, so that's 1 failure.
Mm-hmm.
Gonna do it again. I'm gonna keep trying to shove this fucker off till I get traction. This is probably my best bet at this. Get off my cart is at 23.
So you're shoving him 5 feet, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, you're gonna push him off.
Yeah, he's just gonna.
He's gonna use his reaction to try to grab on them.
Okay, cool.
Let me
I'm
look
going
up what exactly is the
to.
roll.
Ooh. Let's see. When you're, let me know if he succeeds.
I'm trying to remember what there is an action you can use to like try to grab on, or like save yourself from falling. I'm trying to remember what it is. Is it a rest to fall? Oh no, that's no, it's
It was cling.
grab an edge.
Right, yeah, grab an edge.
You fall from or past an edge or threshold. Requirements: your hands are not tied behind your back or otherwise restrained when you fall. Blah blah blah. You can try to grab it. You must succeed at a reflex save. And if you grab the edge or a handhold, you can then climb up using athletics.
Okay.
Okay, so I will have him make his reflex save.
All right.
Usually the climb DC. Okay.
Oh,
I
damn.
don't think he succeeds on the climb DC. Let me check though.
Because, yeah, if this guy tries to grab on, Renato's literally going to use his last action to bear strike the back of the cart to just shatter it under his grip so he can't grab onto it. This guy's got a handhold. Fuck it. I don't care about this cart. I'd rather it be destroyed than him be, or at least, part of it be damaged, than him be able to hang on to it.
He's still hanging on.
Okay, yeah, no, fuck it. I'm just going to attack the cart now. He's literally, whatever he's hanging on to, Renato's just going to bring a hand down and just try to literally shatter through it. So this is going to be him putting all his weight behind it. That hits the cart. And he is doing damage. That's 10 damage.
And this
Considering
is
he's trying to break off a chunk of wood. Given that this is wood, that would be
regular wood.
So this would probably be like thinner. This would probably be thinner than a wooden shield, I would say.
The edge of a cart. I think it'd be
It's just
about
like
the thickness
back
of it.
gate, right?
Yeah, so it'd probably be about as thick as like a back of a chair, a wooden shield.
That would be thin wood then. That would be a hardness of 3 with a breaking point of 6, which means I successfully broke it.
Yeah, he's like hanging on. He's about to pull himself back up. This guy is dexterous and athletic. He looks old, but he is. There's like something. This guy is built. And calm down. So you break off this chunk, and he like reaches out and grabs you by the arm and looks you in the eyes. I will find you. I will track you to the ends of this planet if I must. And let you throw him off.
Nice, dude. Hell yeah.
Renato just roars at him in fury as this guy just lets go. Like there's not even. He's not like he's coherent, but in that like directed fury kind of way, or just he lets go and just shouts after him in this primal display of honestly fury denied. Like he kind of wishes he could have killed him, but there's a part of him that knows, no, not today. That's a future goal.
You see him sort of tumble off in his black cloak into the darkness of the street as the rest of the Inquisition's horses stop and slow down to try to find him, and you guys have successfully escaped.
Nice. Good job, Oni. Hell yeah. I didn't have to go the nuclear option. Let's go.
Yeah, you didn't have to fucking blow you guys yourselves up. That's awesome. I'm so proud of you.
Oh my god, I was so worried. I love your idea. It was just one of those like
The dice told me
want-
no. And I kept trying to make it happen, and the dice were
Please,
like, no. I
God.
said no.
I
And
said
was
no.
like, oh, okay.
I need to show you guys this fucking meme of this guy talking to this dog. He says no, and the dog goes no. It's just like, oh, it's
That was
so
me.
funny.
That was me.
No. Alright, well, since we've concluded you guys' combat, we'll go back over to, we will close out your stuff. Good work, gentlemen. We'll go back over to Evelyn. Evelyn, you see this thing? It's sort of slowly melting through, moving its way around. And, like, riding its way out, but it's not able to push itself up and out. So.
All right. Well, I guess I'll start with I'll start with my device stratagem to see if it fucks over the rest of my turn or not.
Okay. Oh,
Yay,
that looks good.
18!
Nice.
Yeah!
Okay.
Plus my attack.
I believe it's plus 6.
No, it's 8.
Let me pull it up. Plus 8.
Is it plus 8?
So 18 plus 6, 24.
18 plus 8 is 26.
Oh, I keep saying plus 6 because I'm utterly convinced it says 26.
Yeah. As this thing is still struggling to get out, Aelin's going to fish her club, this solid iron baton, out and just clock this thing right across the muzzle. Oh, let me make my knowledge check to see if I can get it.
Oh yeah, let's see if you can get a plus 1 to that.
I don't know if that would give me a crit or not.
Wasn't your devise a stratagem a part of that? So you would have gotten it? Correct, or is that two separate rolls?
Yes, no, but I want to know the recall knowledge check.
Is a separate check.
It's a separate check, part of the same action.
Okay. Let's see if we can get it.
Did I fail my last one or did I succeed?
You failed, I believe.
I'll take
Well, no, you succeeded on your society check because you identified who this was.
Oh yeah, it was the scientist guy.
Yeah.
Trying to think of what I could call knowledge on this time around. Aelin kind of has like a theory of what's going on now, but trying to think of what would be relevant. What I like, because we've literally just been beating the shit out of this guy.
Just pick one. Doesn't matter that much.
I don't know what question that. I guess just another occultism check. See what I can
let's do
get
that.
out of a occultism check. That's gonna be.
You don't need to overthink it.
Okay.
But don't even roll. Re-roll it. It's got stuck in the corner.
Here, you roll for me. It's
Oh.
weird. I gotta refresh again. It's gonna be plus 12
19.
with my-
Oh, plus 12. Okay, so it'll be a soft 20.
Soft 20.
Yeah, you get it. With the occultism check, I guess the only bit of information I could give you is that you know for a fact that this thing isn't a lycanthrope anymore, and that this thing is probably made with something involving lycanthropy, but it's...
So basically, they tried to create an artificial lycanthrope and botched it.
If you call this botched, this thing did whoop the two of you pretty good.
I mean, yeah, by her standard, it's a botched lycanthrope.
But, I mean, from what you're used to, yeah. So,
Alright.
you get that plus 1 to your attack.
I have an idea. I
What?
guess it's not a crit, so never mind.
Well, it is
yeah.
a crit with the plus 1.
Oh, it is?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, hell yeah! Okay, in that case, maybe is there can I identify some sort of, mechanism or, like, function that, pull this pipe, break this tube, would terminate it?
Probably just destroy the head. I mean, that's the only thing that's, like, causing this thing to function. It seems all the tubes are feeding back to its head.
Okay, she's gonna, like, she'll take her club to the whole, like, valve where all the tubes are feeding back into the head.
Okay. I'll get some roll damage for you, too.
Yeah, by all means. You might do it.
Yeah, this will be critical. 22.
Yeah!
Wow, the damage is consistent.
Another 11! What the
Yeah,
hell?
what the fuck?
We are in intervals of 11. We're in some weird space tonight.
We're we love 11 here. Okay.
Yeah.
Alright, well, you kill it, you.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah! Hell yeah! Fuck, idiot.
Yeah, you completely crush its head. You guys know that one scene from The Walking Dead? Yeah, you do. So, just literally nothing but, like, pulp and this, like, nasty Icarus acidic bile just splatters everywhere, and it gets on you, and it sizzles a little bit. Not enough to actually like hurt you, but it like. And you notice as you pulled the mace back up, it doesn't seem to be affected by this acid. Your cold iron mace.
Avon's like hurriedly trying to like wipe her face and her clothes off and it starts to burn, sizzle. I'm
Okay.
gonna stand there in the rubble over this thing for a minute, looking at it, and look over at Kaya, like, "Are you alive over there?"
As long as I don't turn into one of those things, then yeah.
I don't think it has the ability to do something like that.
They can't hear you, honey. You gotta speak up.
I don't think it has the ability to do something like that. It's not real.
Let's hope not. Where is
That's-
that damn doctor? He's never around when we need him. He's probably just doing silly alchemist stuff right now.
Which doctor are you talking about?
Flamel.
Oh,
She doesn't know who the werewolf is. She wouldn't have bothered to try and identify it as far as she's concerned. It's just a scary creature.
Yeah, kill first, ask questions later.
oh, they should have been here by now. Where the fuck are they? Let's get out of here. And I sit down. And you hold to your side where she's bleeding profusely.
Okay, well,
Probably wrapped in my arm up.
wrap your arm that looks like a really bad sunburn. Probably like a
I'm sure it'll be
grease.
fine.
Oh, I'm sure.
It'll be okay.
Scars are cool anyway.
Leave it unattended. What's the worst that could happen?
Okay, well, both of you, both groups have succeeded in their encounters, and we will spend the next session doing the rendezvous and catch-up stuff. But in the meantime, you are safe. You have escaped. You have survived, etc., etc.
Mhm.
And as such, I reward you a level.
Yay! Yay! Where's you? I'm gonna go curse them out.
All right. Well, thank you to my players. I appreciate you showing up and making these sessions so cool and awesome.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, let's move to shout outs. Do we want to start with? Let's start with Omni.
Hello, everyone. I'm the Last Omnitech, your favorite robot American. You guys can catch me on my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/TheLastOmnitech. I am there at least 3 times a week, Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. I run APs now. I do art streams, world building, and also just hang out, as well as also rule smithing. And you guys can catch the 3 APs that I'm currently running, of which 2 are on our friend Derek's channel. When he gets to him, he'll let you know the address. But yeah, you can catch me this Wednesday, actually, running Mouse Guard, the Frontier, with actually 3. Our whole party is right here in the chat, actually, which is really nice.
Ooh, yeah.
So super excited to be running that this week for the guys. Every other week, I run Wild Skies of Eternia, my Lighter Than Air Pathfinder 2e campaign. And every other Saturday, I run Legacy First Flight, my Faster Than Light TTRPG campaign with the system I've been developing by myself for 20 years, and finally am debuting it on Derek's channel. So it's been super fun, both these games, all 3 of these games. I'm hype as hell. I love you guys. Thank you for having me on board. Derek, Red, I love you, buddy.
Love you, buddy.
Love you too, pal. I appreciate you. Like I said, I can't run a game without Omni in it. He's an anchor for me. So
It's always a pleasure. I'll be here for all of them.
I mean, every single show I've done, Omni's been a part of it, unless it's literally just me doing something by myself, which is, not very. It's few and far between. So
Much love, Chief.
thanks, boss. Natalie.
Guys, you can find me on Derek's channel on Wednesday, like Omni said, playing Mouse Guard with all these awesome people. Looking forward to that. And then Saturday, we should be back to Covet Syndicate.
Yeah.
Also looking forward to that. And that's about it for me.
Awesome. Thank you, Natalie. I always appreciate your humor, of course.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Absolutely. I was gonna. Okay, here we go. Oh, okay. Derek.
Hey, what's up? Thanks for having me, Red. Had a great time. Pathfinder rules, fantastic GMing as always. Happy to be here. I'm very tired. Tomorrow we'll be live with some magic, I believe, right?
Yeah, we'll do magic tomorrow.
Yeah, so we'll be live with some magic tomorrow. Who else gonna be there?
It'll probably be you, Omni, me, and I don't know if Skag's gonna be available, so
Skag's coming and bringing my demons.
I'll play Merfolk, I guess. Oh, I'll play my
okay.
Mogus deck. That'll be fun.
Oh no.
Just the hate brigade.
It's so hateful, bro.
Mogus.
Yeah.
A Mogus.
The hate brigade. Cool. Mouse Guard on Wednesday at 6:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. On Thursday, did we do a Tannery last week or did we do a Tannery this week?
We did a 10.
We did a Tenrio last week.
We did a Tannery last week.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. My week.
This is the off week. Yeah, it's either Mouse Guard or a Tanria. If that.
Oh, okay. That's how I need to remember that. Okay, cool. Darker Stars on Friday. We will be back with that, I believe. So super looking forward to that. Get to introduce my new character. I spent all day last Friday making them. They're pretty fucking cool. So I'm excited to play them. And then on Saturday we have Legacy. Legacy. Yeah.
Nope,
No,
not this week.
Legacy was
That's
last
next week. Yep,
God
it's
damn,
Mouse Guard
I'm
or my
so
other 2 games. That's the
Fucking
way it rolls.
fried, bro. My brain is just.
It's been a
not
long
brain.
day, and you just survived a close encounter with a religious zealot. Cut yourself some slack.
An
anti-religious
call
zealot.
it Wednesdays growing up in evangelical church. On Saturday, Booty at 12:30 p.m. Central Standard
Wednesday,
Time.
dudes.
Yeah, and then on 6:30 p.m. on Saturday, Covet Syndicate. That's it. Thank you. I love you.
Thank you, man. Love you too, of course. Thank you, everybody. I'm Red. 3 primary colors, blah, blah, blah. I'm that guy. I am going to be pretty vacant from streaming this week because work is going to kick my ass. So I'm going to be working pretty much all 9-hour shifts from 11 to 8 throughout the rest of the week. So I'm going to miss almost every single one of my streams except for the one tomorrow. So I'm looking forward to that, but gotta do what you gotta do, I guess. But yeah, please check everybody out. I'm gonna try to. We are going to do a stream tomorrow because it's gonna be the only stream I can actually do this week, other than Cthulhu, which I'm gonna have to really squeeze in Cthulhu. I'm gonna get it's only gonna be like a 2-hour session, if that, because I have to work in the evening and close the restaurant. I'm very much looking forward to doing that. But what are you gonna do? I also work on Covet, which I'm gonna be home at like 8:38-ish. So between 8 and 8:30, I'd like to hop in, but I don't want to stop Covet from happening because we've already delayed Covet enough. But I will hop in as soon as I get home. So
We'll be good.
Yeah.
No worries.
You guys can survive it without the wizard for a little bit, I'm sure. But yeah, I appreciate every single one of you. I won't be at Mouse Guard this week either. I'm sorry. Again, another 11 to 8.
No worries, buddy. No worries.
Yeah, hopefully these 11 to 8s will be over soon because this is fucking agony. Working from the morning until the evening and lose my entire day and night. But it's all worth it because I'm going to be working like 7 to 4 shifts when I open the new restaurant, so I'll have my entire evenings back. So, but anyway, in the meantime, I appreciate every single one of you. Let's see. Hello, Douglas D. Appreciate you. Hello. Appreciate the follow as well. Is there anybody to raid out into? Do I feel like raiding? Do I have the energy to raid? I don't think I have the energy to raid into somebody and interact with them. I think I'm just gonna like. Let's see. Okay, yeah, we're just gonna end the stream. All right, night, everybody. I appreciate you. I'll see you real soon.